Coke and a soda?
Well, not at the same time, but those were the beverages in the evening. So,
guys, the plowboy doesn't know how to act in social situations, civilized situations. He doesn't have the ability to know the proper thing to do. Blaming him for this would be like blaming him for having poor manners at a nice restaurant. He just doesn't know. That's from the 3-1.
No, that's not accurate. He's just nice. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
He is
Just
selfless.
A
I
nice
would agree.
gesture.
Selfless is what he is.
Yeah.
I would describe it as selfless.
That's fine. I don't know how good that texter is in relationship, but if he's single, that's a main reason why.
Oh,
He doesn't do that.
now the guns are blazing.
Well, he fired in a nice way, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how many girls wouldn't love it if their love interest said, no, here's 2 tickets, you go with a friend. He made major brownie points with the plow girl.
Yeah, but what about this coming in and letting Jay Jr. have at her feet? You know, like...
Well, have at her is kind of a broad term.
Have at her feet.
I think he's just going to look at them.
He's going to probably touch on them.
He really likes the plow girl.
He does?
Anytime it comes up on social media, Jennings is there right away.
I mean, we saw him. We have seen him in the past bacon wrap some toes.
Yeah, we have. But those were willing participants. Those were people who didn't do anything for their
May need to keep
tickets.
food out of the equation, but like I said, I don't know what her limit is as far as her line on the foot fetish, so I guess that's the ball's in her court on that one.
Well, it always is.
That's what, you know, like if I could have gotten a timeout right there and just not had you say that part.
Let's see, Doug. You might be surprised. A lot of texts are.
Well, what are they saying, the fine folks?
You got tickets from your boss with the obvious assumption for an employee to go, and then you sent 2 chicks. Respect lost. It's from the 618.
They weren't 2 chicks.
It wasn't 2 chicks. I didn't scalp these and sell them to strangers. And Lindsay went going in general.
And your girl is part of the family?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know how to. I think the listeners know the program though. With the plowboy, you can just tell he just doesn't have like a Machiavellian thought process where he was taking advantage of the situation. You know, it's just not. I mean, it's. You know,
I agree with you.
That's it. I don't know how else to say it. You know, I mean, the reason they got
it was a selfless act.
The reason they got the tickets was because I wanted to, in a roundabout way, thank the plowboy and know that, you know, it's not like 25, 26 years old. He's balling at the mall and can usually get, opening day tickets. And so I wanted to thank him and give him the tickets. But in the whole scheme of things, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
It's hard for people like us to understand him, and maybe for some of our listeners, because he does not have a mean or selfish bone in his body, and selfish, mean people like us.
Right. We don't understand doing something for someone else. I don't understand what that means.
Guys, sending 2 chicks to your boss as a thank you gift is well respected in Japan. Is that true? Is that a Japanese?
I don't know about that. Well, ask Hinchin, I guess.
He's Korean, but I mean...
That's close enough.
He's in the neighborhood.
Yep. Pacific Rim.
That's right. Guys, the plowboy might actually be too nice. That comes from Manchild79.
No, you can't be too nice.
Guys, I met those 2 chicks after the game. Thanks, Jimmy the Bull.
Oh, come on now.
Iggy was texting me yesterday, and I didn't see him. I guess he was at Llewellyn's, but he said that Jimmy the Bull came up to him, and they hadn't met before, and then Jimmy the Bull started showing Iggy pictures of his area.
You can't be serious.
I'll show you the text.
Time for another timeout. Yeah.
Cat, you're out of timeouts now.
We need an extended television timeout. I know you're going to show them to me?
No, I didn't. I wasn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Blessed enough.
We got Blues in the playoffs.
Willie just sent break time with an exclamation point.
That's awesome.
Let's see. I showed him a Hito chick, and then he showed me, and then it rhymes with chick.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And then Iggy said, I walked outside. And I said, haha, awesome. And he said, not awesome, gay.
Iggy had to walk outside and shake it off. He was so disturbed by what he saw.
And then he said, Doug's going to Desire, great swingers resort in Mexico. That's the most recent text.
I'm not going to. That's the name of it, Desire?
U2, 1988, was it?
I don't know.
I've been no place named Desire.
Oh. Are you and Willie going?
And that's a swingers haven?
Something like that.
It is?
It's kind of an all of the above sort of thing.
That's what you call Golden Corral.
It's like a classier version of Pops at 5 a.m. You see a lot of different things going on, but it looks weird.
And it's in Mexico?
A few other places, too.
You're a little secretive about it.
Well, what can I say? I'm trying to be positive. Then that break time text, that was supposed to be a positive thing. If I add a smiley face emoji, Tim? Would that make it better?
Well, I do like emojis. Do you like emojis, Doug? Do you use them?
Not usually, no.
Really?
Men shouldn't use emojis.
A wink? How
Men
about a
should
wink?
not.
I'm gonna start sending you winks, Cat.
I gotta get this call on real quick. Yeah, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah, this is an old, longtime friend of the Plowboys, and Darren, I want to thank you yesterday for that plan to ditch the chicks. We had a great time with the booze and the prostitutes that you placed yesterday.
Oh my word, Doug!
Well
No.
Well done.
You know this fella, Chris Plowsy?
I don't know if I do or not. The voice didn't sound familiar. Thought it was funny, but no, I sat at home. I have.
You had the chunky soup and the
I
milk
had
and soda.
Vincent's receipt to prove it. Yes, exactly.
Here's the alibi.
In business since the 50s, Collier & Thompson are known for kitchen and bathroom remodels. But they do so much more. If it's an interior remodeling job, Collier & Thompson can probably help. Basements, wine rooms, man caves, bars, accent rooms, fireplace walls, office, you name it. No need to visit 5 to 10 showrooms when Collier & Thompson provides all your needs in their showroom on Manchester Road in Baldwin. Come home to quality with Collier & Thompson. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Hi, this is Eric Conley, founder of Illinois Recovery Center. After getting clean myself, it was my dream to open Illinois Recovery Center to help give quality care to those on the journey of recovery. Every journey begins with a single step, and every step forward is a victory. If you or someone you know is seeking support, our doors are open at Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea, and I invite you to join our community. Call 888-510-3133 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Krupin Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, the Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown and Krupin. Timothy Michael McKernan. Jackson Burkett is in for the vacationing Douglas Elvin Vaughn. Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, and KG in O-Town in the Horton Watkins Fox C6 Seckman Arnold Water Tower Studios. Jackson, what do we have on today's program as we begin the Munganess St. Louis Acura Munganess Burkhardt 7 o'clock hour?
takes. We got
Terry
takes
Krupin is what I was setting you up for.
Oh, okay. Terry
A rare
Krupin
appearance from Terry Krupin.
Probably, is it the
Spends
first
most
time?
of his time in Florida, but now that the weather's warmed up, I believe he's head north.
Yeah, this is his first appearance since we did the title sponsor
That's right.
segment on the.
It broke the text inbox.
Yeah.
Jeff Lotman text inbox to
Looking
you.
forward to seeing Terry.
So he will be in at 8 o'clock today. And, of course, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, which is a Jim Dandy this month. I mean, a battle after, quote-unquote, Blueberry Pop Pop's domination in the month of March, which was really KG and O-Town's domination in the month of March. Is there a Swope's Picks emergency sewed coming out on that? I feel like Buck Swope could put together what should win an Academy Award.
He definitely did with the Tucker reveal and the Sveta and Rokas. I remember that vividly.
Oh, man. That was one of the best non-reveals of all time, where he was so utterly confident that something was going on.
I wonder who Sveta and Rokas were.
There were two IT guys, and I don't know if
That's just some random company?
I don't know if those are names or like... Yeah, Swope said these aren't the names of the people, but you would know who they are. Do you know Sveta and Rokas?
Sveta and Rokas.
He also said that he was divorced, which was wrong.
Yeah, I think everything he said. That was funny because Buck Swope is always very accurate, very timely with everything he sends and does. To be so off on that one was funny to watch.
Nice.
Yeah,
it was a classic.
There's this KG released a supercut of some of the Blueberry Pop emails from that dominant month of March.
Supercut, I like that.
Yeah, and that was entertaining for sure.
Get involved in the text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, sponsor the text inbox. Collier and Thompson phone lines, 636-9004-TMA, and email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Compete to be the TMA Lister of the Month, which is presented to you by Milagro Tequila. Oh, my voice cracked. Growth spurt. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. 2 tickets to Judas Priest, the prize, in addition to the Milagro Tequila prize pack for our Listener of the Month. You can sign up by going to TMASTL.com. James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency is my insurance agent. I'd like him to become your insurance agent. He's the Plowhawks insurance agent. He's Iggy's insurance agent. He's online at carltoninsurance.net. 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net, or really just go to Google, type in James Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, and the next thing you know is you're going to see 363 5-star reviews for James Carlton and his team in Webster Groves. Why do I rave about him? Because the response time last week when we had an issue with our car, when we got back from being out of town at Lambert, James was on it, and somebody was out there to help within 25 minutes. That is unbelievable. It's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. Jackson, tell me about Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
He's a great financial advisor, Tim. He's a great life Sherpa. He's a great guy to have in your corner. If you don't have a financial advisor, if you think you can handle yourself, you just kind of figure it out as you go, not a great plan. A great plan is getting involved with someone like Mark Hanna. That first phone call, that introductory phone call where you talk it over, explain your situation, you will tell the difference right away with Mark Hanna. You're going to want to have him help you out with your financial future, and then change your plan that he custom makes for you, not just cookie cutter plan for someone your age or salary. You will tell the difference immediately, and you get on the phone and change it if you need to. That's why I love working with Mark Hanna, and that's why you'll love working with Mark Hanna as well.
314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. It's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, and my umbrella statement is the following: everyone needs a financial advisor. And Mark says the same thing. If it's me, great. But if not, make sure you're working with somebody. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, evergreenstl.com. Call him. You'll feel better about life after you talk to him. 314-889-0503. Another new sponsor, longtime sponsor, but is returning for TMA, and that is Family Golf. Family Golf and Learning Center, a premier golfing facility for all abilities and ages, providing a friendly and encouraging practice experience for the individual or the family. The player development includes monthly clinics, adult clinics, summer camps, parents, if you're looking for that, fundamentals, learn to plays, accelerated golf camp, and private instruction. Family Golf is having a junior golf opening day event this Saturday.
It's this Saturday. The event is free and an incredible opportunity to meet the coaches and learn about their clinics. Operation 36, junior leagues, and more. Kids will be able to enjoy golf inflatables, snow cones, and fun contests. Plus, a PGA Junior League sign-up deadline is May 1st, so call now or go online to register your junior golfer now. They have on-course programs like ladies' leagues, couples leagues, and parent-child scramble tournaments. I like to go out there with my sons and scream at them if they miss a putt. That's kind of what I do. And then I teach them to cheat. Because if they don't shoot a certain score, they're grounded, and I remove toys. So I'm kind of doing a golf dad camp.
Yeah, if you're not dropping balls right next to a berm patch.
Yeah. Oh, I found it.
Hey, got it. Tie to us.
All Titleist threes.
FamilyGolfOnline.com. That's FamilyGolfOnline.com. Learn, practice, play your best golf. Family Golf at FamilyGolfOnline.com. And don't forget, Junior Golf opening day is this Saturday. And also, if you're going to get your work in, if you're one of the 64 chosen to participate in the Jennings Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship, you should be out there right now on the short game area and just getting work in. Strokes gained around the green. You look at the champions going back to 2017, and their strokes gained around the green are always at the top of the field. Family Golf and Learning Center, the sickest short game area you're going to find in St. Louis, maybe private or public for that matter. I think it goes Belle Reve Family Golf.
Yeah, I love going out there. 1 hour. They play for
how do you
an hour,
do?
and you usually have it. It's maybe 1-2 other people, if that, and just comfortable.
Stephen Wildwood says truth, and I don't know what that means, but I don't think we've spoken anything but truth. So there it is. Stephen Wildwood says truth. Snagglepuss is not happy with the skeleton. Why can't you put more Swope's picks in the skeleton? Plowhawk, you want to talk to Snagglepuss?
We only have 7 Swope's picks. Or
I
6.
can cut. I just don't like the way he that wasn't like he wasn't like actually asking. He was like being an a-hole. He was like,
Jackson, you're all grown up.
But that's the thing. Like, if you wanted to like actually say like, "Hey, fellas, do you think we could put more Swope's picks in the skeleton?" I love them, as opposed to, "Why can't you do this thing?" You know, like that's just not how you.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not how you talk to people.
There are Swope's picks in there that are played.
It is if you are a
a deviant.
Well, here's a novel concept. Just go to his YouTube channel. You can watch all that you want.
Yeah, but I get that, and you're not wrong, Iggs. But
Swope has a YouTube channel?
I think so.
I bet that'd be glorious.
Could we clear the air on the skeleton? Now, this is different because there's a lot of podcasts that you pay, like when Francesa charged, what, $9.99 for his
And it went great.
That's a matter of opinion.
So, like, obviously, your pick, because he's not giving you the content that you deserve for your... This is a free service we're providing for our listeners. The all day, and just you click something on when you're driving to a Schnucks or a Ted Drew's, you get yourself a nice little Sunda. You just turn it on, and you're listening to a nice program. You don't take this over as your entire life. You're obviously going to hear a lot of segments if you're dedicating 12 to 14 hours to the content. So we're just, if you paid $6-7.99 for the content, maybe it's different. But like we have 500 selections in there, and obviously we have the podcast or the app with all of our episodes. So if you want to, just DM me and politely ask what you would like. Kind of tell me the day or range of when it was, and we'll put it in the skelly.
There you go. The skelly.
That easy.
I like that. Let's see. Good morning, fellas. First day being a naughty little bunker boy. And that's from Jackson's roommate, Sweet Kai. Do you know what this means? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's an image of him at a golf course. I guess, Tim.
So with his girlfriend being a travel nurse, he kind of just picks up seasonal work or whatever work he can get whenever they move to a new
He's
city.
on the grounds crew?
So he is on the grounds crew.
Wow.
A really nice course. He was texting me about it. I've heard of it before. It was like some Seabury in Cape Cod. It's a nice course, and I said it's a good gig for the summer, man.
Forget the skeleton. It's time to get Ken a bib. He's constantly mopping up his drool with his sleeve. Are you drooling on your sleeve, Iggy?
When did that happen?
I actually
From the hillside.
Gatesworth.
No, after I take a drink, I kind of get the Gatorade off my mouth. Or
You just wipe with your sleeve? That's badass.
What, hanky?
It's like you're on the
I wouldn't
field.
mind a gif of that. KG Town creates gifs.
Yeah, after you eat, don't every time you take a bite, you take a little napkin and wipe your mouth.
Yeah, but I'm not wearing
I
a
would if I
napkin.
was like on the upper deck of the Titanic, but
Well, that's what I do.
Or
when
the
I-
upper deck of Bush.
when I take a drink.
yeah, the same thing.
Why do you worry about everything I do on this program? Everything. If I don't look in the camera, you think I'm sleeping.
You really are under the microscope.
I am tired. I take a drink of water. I wipe my mouth. Oh, he's drooling.
Ghost Gerbil's now not happy. Okay, I cannot stay silent. Did Plowsy just say that listening to this show is a free service? That's from the Ghost Gerbil.
I'm saying it's free for that. Like, they're not paying a monthly subscription, so, like, they would have more skin in the game with their complaints, is what I'm saying. Usually the people that complain are the ones that don't support any of the sponsors and hate listening to the show. Right? Like, isn't that kind of the name of the game? Yes, that's what I said. But I also said politely DM me on Facebook or, tag me on a Facebook page or post about what you would like to hear. Maybe a segment you heard on the app that's not currently on the best of. I'm certainly accommodating to that.
Jackson, would you mind sharing with the entire audience what you shared with me in the show prep meeting this morning, which I found to be alarming and not something that I was aware of until you shared?
Oh, well, you often talk about when you get too low, you watch Jiminy Glick videos. When you get too high...
That brings me up. That brings me up on YouTube. I'll type in Primetime Glick, and that'll put me in a good headspace.
Right. And when you're in said good headspace, maybe a little bit too good to bring yourself to center yourself again, you'll go to the STL Today comment section.
That's correct. Where all the great racists of our area reside with code words. And somehow it just continues because, well, you can figure out why they let them do it.
Yeah, freedom. And when I get too high, when I'm feeling too good, I like to open up the old Facebook Messenger app and see what work I can do for nothing.
So I didn't know about this until about 7:05 today, and I'm like, oh, you're getting hate mail via DM. That's not really the way hate mail usually works. Usually it's like an AOL or Hotmail account, and then that's the way that it works. But what are your DMs? I would imagine it's ladies.
No, I don't think that's ever happened. No, and almost always it's totally fine and benign, and people either just saying, hey, this isn't working, and it's something I know that is going on already, or this, that, or the other thing. It's usually fine. It's just, I don't know. It's not my preferred method of communication. It's through Facebook. I just don't use Facebook.
Well, give me an idea of what's in there, because I don't know.
Sometimes it's like, oh, the podcast isn't working. What's going on? And I'm like, but like, you're the only person who's saying the podcast isn't working. Like, like if it was like a widespread issue or...
The ads you put in there for 20 seconds are too loud in my ear. It's like what do you want me to do about that?
It's just, most of the times it's something that I can, like, I'm having to do extra, like more of, and it's not really what I'm looking for.
I like to listen to them to go, hey, you guys had a great segment. I had fun listening to that.
Like what I'm saying is, like, if you send me a message.
No, I said I like it.
Sending me a message on Facebook is not the most effective way to get in touch. The app, the feedback on the app, I get those and I email people back.
So your Facebook DMs are my STL Today comment section?
It's just, it centers me. It puts me back, it gets me back into work mode.
Guys, I love the St. Louis racism. I had a lady assume I didn't speak English yesterday at a Circle K. It was exhilarating. That's from my Fan Page Club Championship opponent, the Pope. And I'm telling you, I interacted with him quite often.
Fluid English.
Yeah. It's great.
Probably is his first language. Probably his only language.
Matter of fact, KG Down just sent a gif of Iggy wiping his mouth off. It's pretty good. Let's see. I thought Tim would reflect on the 2021 Dotem when he is feeling too good. What happened in the 2021 Dotem?
That was at Gateway National.
Oh, that was okay. For whatever reason, I was thinking Fan Page Club Championship, and I'm like, I don't recall. Dotem, that was when we were about to leave, and we were doing a Dotem, Plowhawk furlough era, and the Jackson was auctioned off.
For a guy who didn't know who Jackson was, that's always a great story.
And the putting green access was free.
The problem was
Rockio did the spots.
The bidding process was done via the text line, so it was a constant scouring to make sure, and then the vetting process to see if the bids for multiple 3-digit numbers were accurate.
Didn't Rockio sound like he was doing it with like a suicide vest on?
The copy would change.
The
copy would change mid-show. Like he would read one promo for it in the 7 o'clock hour, and then it would change by the 9 o'clock hour. Usually a spelling error.
See, I wish I would have been there for that.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened there because somebody bid on you. You went to the tee and they said, we didn't bid on you.
Correct. I went up to during the the carts were in the staging area, And I walked up. I said, "Hey, fellas, thanks for bidding on me." And they had never
No
even
idea.
seen me before in their life.
Yeah, and your charity, you picked Mega Meyer Foundation.
Yeah.
And I think your money went to the hot dogs.
I don't know if there was any money because I don't think these guys they wouldn't pay $800 and then say no, don't play with us. That'd be weird.
PR stunt.
Yeah, it was fun.
But I couldn't believe the putting green was free. That was when I read that.
That's a huge break.
And then Tim and Doug's was auction off the last day, and let's start the bidding at $8,000.
It's great value.
That's what he started at.
That's about $2,000 an hour with me. That's my average rate.
And I ended up catching fish for the charity that you picked, so we made some money for that.
Hey guys, the I don't speak English bit the Pope employs is one of my go-tos as well. What's that? I'm biased against your kid. I have some secret agenda. Whoops, sorry. And young, no hablo English. That's from Brian Henshin, who combines Korean and Spanish.
We can write fluent articles in English, but any complaint that arrive or
Lots of text coming in here this morning on TMA, and wow, the YouTube chat is like balloon party-esque in there. What the hell's going on in the YouTube chat?
they're just hanging out, I guess, right?
154 friends of the feather are talking about it. Aaron in St. Chuck, nipple rings. I thought Plowsy said he hates getting DMs about the Skelly. If he's being serious, that's very kind of him.
Well, typically they're like passive aggressive or like, hey, I think you're doing.
So you get DMs as well?
Oh, all the time, but they're like, hey,
Maybe you get DMs.
Oh, Iggy gets the most of all of us,
But you
right?
get them from the screenshot bandits.
Yeah. What percentage of your DMs are screenshots?
That's a good question.
I imagine them like the
It's got to be in the
Magnificent
80
Seven.
percentile, right?
I don't know. I mean, I get them for. And one guy just keeps sending me reels of stuff. Just videos of stuff. I don't know.
A bot?
Do you not know him? Is it a bot?
No, it's a real name, and I know him. He's from the fan page. It's nothing major. It's just he's not trashing me, but it's just videos.
But it's videos of what?
Sometimes it's a golfer. Sometimes it's a kid dancing. It's just. I don't know.
Well, we've done a lot of shows. I don't know exactly how many.
I can give you an estimate.
I had a Facebook memory pop up today. Last year on this date was your 1,000th Hubbard episode, or segment.
See?
Fun facts for no one.
See, so sometimes there are a lot of segments and bits that we do that I forget about or that we all forget about. And so a nice message saying, hey,
Approximately 5,000 shows.
yeah, so in those 5,000,
Going back to 2000.
there could be plenty we forget. A nice message saying, hey, I listened to this. It was from October of 2016. Thought it was hilarious. I'll go back because every one I save, I put the date that it was aired, not to confuse myself or double up on these segments. If it's not in there, I'll make sure to edit it. That's easy, but don't tell me, hey, I listened to a segment the other day. I don't know what day and time or anything, but I know you were talking about butt plugs. I think you should put that in. It's like, that's not enough. I need more to decipher from that. So, like, those are pointless.
Now,
But if you have a day and a time for me, what's up?
Oh, he's going to go through his DMs.
No, but
I
these
would
are
have
the-
paid for this.
These are the ones I like.
This is still up for grabs, by the way, any sponsors.
Yeah,
Iggy's DMs.
I'm not going to give him a name, but these are the ones I don't mind. Hey, Iggs, I heard mention of a sponsor this morning on TMA, Premier Construction in St. Peter's. Do you know how to reach them? I don't see their info on the website, and I'm not sure which one is them when I search.
That's a great. See, those messages are awesome. Support the sponsors.
Yeah, like I want
and
to say
I'll be
too,
more than
like,
happy
most
with
of my DMs, like when I talk about that Facebook Messenger bringing me down, they're not like bad for the most part. They're not sending me hate. It's just a lot of stuff.
And if you can
that
check
was
your-
like that would be fine.
But hate isn't going to be sent through somebody's, if it's real, Facebook account.
Never.
You know what I mean? That's not the way, not that everybody listening to this knows what it's like to get hate mail. We're blessed enough to experience it, but it's usually like a burner.
Yeah.
That's kind of the modus operandi, because if you're at a point where you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and you're sending an on-air personality hate mail, obviously you've got some things lined up for you that are cooking. And you can't risk your C-suite job by sending the email from that account, so you have to default click to the AOL or the Hotmail account. I'd bid $800 and a few tickles for a round with Jackson. Anchor. That's from Flocky the Smurf.
Anchor?
I don't know.
Like at Vanderbilt?
Anchor down.
We got a Commodore?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just read what's in the prompt.
And if you could check your Facebook Messenger, Jackson, I told him to email you.
What?
I wasn't sure of the website.
Oh, okay.
Of the sponsor, so I said, check Jackson. I know he's got copy for all that, so he would know what it is.
I do not have copy for that, but I can help that person out.
I DM Jackson, or I DM Iggy about once a quarter, told him about Fleetwood Mac's Little Lies video being shot on my family's property. That's from Shrimply Pibbles. It's kind of an interesting fun fact.
Yeah, I don't mind videos like that.
DMs like that.
I mean, DMs. Well, he sent me a video, but a pretty lies.
It's kind of an interesting fun fact. So
Yeah.
I don't know where his property is. Do you know where his property is? Is it in Missouri or Illinois?
I don't know.
Okay. Shrimply Pibbles, who sends in pictures of his wife and sends you Fleetwood Mac videos.
Yeah, I'd rather have pictures of the wife. But.
Nice. Let's see. Mr. Licks, who is Iggy's opponent here we go, 12 days. Nothing quite like listening to an HD2 production crew complain about a couple of negative DMs they get each week. Imagine what someone like Learn has to go through from a DM perspective. That's from Mr. Licks.
See, this is like, that's...
Again, those are so for one, it's so much more than a couple a week. It's not even funny. And two, it doesn't matter the number. We didn't say we're getting a bombardment.
Right.
We just talk about the ones we do get.
That's what I like when someone complains about something. It's like, well, imagine if you were this, that, the other. Like, it's okay to be upset about something and also have perspective that someone might have it worse.
Yeah,
Two things can coexist.
I played golf with Jackson. He won't show me the nudes on his phone. That's from the Worsen. You have a lot of nudes on your phone?
No nudes. Maybe some, tasteful topless pics of myself, but it's going to cost you.
Speaking of tasteful topless pics, hi, Tim. I looked up Ella Reese for the first time yesterday. Welcome to the show. It made me shoot a tee shot 369 down the middle. Wow, ball striker. Talk about a hole-in-one. That's Scuba Steve. Jackson Ella Reese, friend of the TMA STL Instagram account, and
Very
currently in brunette mode. Do you prefer brunette, or you call it dishwater blonde, Ella Reese?
I thought the dishwater blonde was a good look.
I think that might be my preference, too.
I thought that was a good look.
I think that might be my preference, too. But I'm just happy she's back in the game.
Yeah, that's the key.
Is best of Latin for 2 segments that a stoned board op can add up to 60 minutes. That's from Arbor Day.
You speak Latin?
Is best of Latin for, quote, 2 segments that a stoned board op can add up to 60 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I assure you there's more than 2 segments. But I appreciate, again, like Mr. Licks going back 30 seconds. These are the types of geniuses we get to deal with. So, like, mentally, it's a going through, like, City Museum, Jungle Gym, Gymnasium to try to get the people happy.
Well, that's City Museum.
Ooh, man, you will walk out of there with bruises, though. Having fun, but, man, that thing will
The
tear you
slide
up.
with the rollers, like the bowling pins, that hurts your ass.
Little Lies was shot at Wilder Ranch, Santa Cruz, California. It's now a state park. Shrimply Pibbles, California real estate owner.
Talking about Big Little Lies?
Little Lies is a song by Fleetwood Mac from, I would say, early mid-'80s would be my guess, Iggy. And it's owned by Shrimply Pibbles Real Estate Holdings.
It says 1987 for
I think that was, I think that was on the album that Lindsey Buckingham wasn't on. I think he quit, and she got somebody from Oasis. I think somebody from Tom Petty.
It says it's on Tango in the Night.
Yeah, that was the one without Lindsey.
This guy says there's 26 segments at the most in the skeleton, and I bet Plowhawk's ready to 3-bet him all day long.
I'll bet as much money as humanly possible.
Oh, nice. 314. You have an opportunity here to make some money.
I mean, I will do today, literally, before I leave, I will do a 20, 30-second video, show you every segment we have, and also to the right of that segment, it also said the last time it was played. So if you think you heard 2 in a row, or there's only 6 segments, or they play every other day, it's not the case. Because when you see it, it says, oh, it hasn't played in 8 days. Oh, it hasn't played in 6 days. Oh, it hasn't played in 12 days. Oh, this just played 2 days ago. So, like, that, all that information is there. But I appreciate, again,
You ever play the Princess Fierce Adbot segment?
It's definitely in there. It's 100%
I don't know
in
if
there.
that's I don't know if it's called that.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure I cut that before we even got over here.
But I think
that was a
Princess
must.
Fierce, yeah.
That was a must cut.
That was a great find for me yesterday, 'cause I haven't talked to her in a while. But I think she just does now. She just does OnlyFans, so I did an OnlyFans leak on her. Saw her boobs. She has never shown her boobs. And she took her top off yesterday on this leak I found. Big day for me. You see a good-looking girl and you want to see her naked.
I feel like you should do the Cal May kind of celebration there.
That wasn't Galmay. That was
Mickey
Mickey Carroll.
Oh, Mickey
2006 spring
I don't know why I
training.
said
They're the same.
An absolutely stunning visual that Martin Kilcoyne has burned into his mind as he rolled out in a large black SUV with an entourage that would make Tupac proud, and had his driver roll down the window, to which he, for those of you watching on YouTube, did like the 1920s boxing champion. And then the car could carry on as it exited the parking lot of the Cardinals, as if he was a conquering hero.
Didn't the mayor do that?
Strangest damn thing ever.
Didn't the mayor do that on Wizard of Oz? When they were going to follow the Yellow Brick Road and the mayor was walking down?
Is that maybe that's where it came from?
that's
Maybe
what-
there's actually a reason in some capacity.
I think the Munchkin mayor
for
did
it.
that.
Well, Mickey Carroll always had about 5 or 6 people rolling with him. One of the guys had an issue. What do they call it when you fall asleep all the time?
Narcolepsy?
Okay, that's what. So that guy, he would sit down in a lawn chair and immediately fall asleep.
Oh, like Janice's boyfriend in The Sopranos?
That's yeah. Tony was impressed.
The funny thing, if I'm not
He's
mistaken,
risen.
because there were like 5 or 6 people in his entourage. I think they were all living with him. And when he passed away, I think there was a fight over the estate.
Oh yeah, it was a
And I was thinking to
lawsuit.
myself,
It wasn't a
how much
fight.
can he have?
Plowsy, I love you. And I'm just giving you guff. I like the term guff.
I actually do too.
I actually really enjoyed the Iggy Passport segment last evening. Also, on reflection, it's amazing that Lisa Ann stayed with the show as long as she did after she got to fly to Jamaica on her own dime, sleep next to a translucent virgin, only to later be kicked while she was down by a Marylandites power hoosier. Still a great night. That's from Arbor Day, who won the Milagro Tequila Texture of the Year
Well, they
2020.
didn't kick her when she was down, and that happened after she went to Jamaica. So I don't know why she would think, you know what, something's going to happen a year from now, so I'm going to not go to this thing. And it was her own dime, but she got a free room out of it. And
that-
free food and free
There's
drinks.
multiple passport segments because I think it's almost like a trilogy of what happened in that 2 to 3 week stretch of not knowing if Iggy had a passport. He wasn't revealing any of that information. Very cryptic. That was a good time.
Hey, Darren, when you get a chance, I have a go-to seggy that brings me joy. June 8th, 2023, segment 2. It's titled Erotica. Start around the 19-minute mark with a story of one man's journey from a swinger club, so sleeping with men, that transitions into Iggy getting propositioned at a TMA Live by the 33-minute mark. If I need a laugh, that is easy money. Thanks. That's from the 314.
Oh, 12 minutes at least.
Just wrote it down.
There you go.
It is.
New
That's
segment
great.
goes into the skeleton, just like that.
I titled it Erotica?
Yeah, it's surprising to me. Your titles are usually more...
A little bit more than that.
Yeah, there's a little more meat on the
I'll
bone.
just call it like hot men.
I don't
mean, that's
remember
not
ever
bad.
being propositioned at a TMA.
Oh, yeah, you did. I remember that.
Oh.
I remember. It was a couple from like Jeff City or something.
Really?
Well, we were doing
They were
like-
Oh, yeah, I actually remember that.
Yeah, it was like
I do remember
the
that.
one in St. Charles, the Hot Shots in St. Charles.
Why would I say no?
Yeah,
said
now that I
yes.
think about it, I can kind of picture him.
Yeah, the taller gentleman.
I think so. Everybody's taller, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you turned it down. Look at you.
Why?
Fair question.
That's only something you can answer. Munganast is the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. That's Munganast St. Louis Acura. Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota. Online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. We will have the daily fantasy sports showdown tomorrow. And now it's on to Hilton Head.
Your dad going to be there?
Oh, yeah. They'll be there. Oh, yeah. They set up the chairs at the number 1 green.
Really?
On Sunday night.
At the green?
Yeah, that's where they watch the,
Yeah, they
the
get to see
first green.
everybody. Is this the first year it's a signature event?
I think it was last year when Fitzpatrick and Spieth went to a playoff. Spieth was leaving putts short.
Isn't it odd the week after the Masters they have a signature event?
I actually agree with you.
Good field, but still, I mean, Scotty Scheffler probably didn't want to play.
I know. I'm kind of wondering as you build rosters this week, how do you handle Scheffler? How do you handle Sam Burns? I mean, I'm sure some people are just going to fade Burns anyway, but Scheffler and Burns both have wives about to give birth.
Yeah.
It's a high-risk play. But anyway, Munganast is the sponsor of it. stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Work with the great Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganast. And if you need to get your car serviced, even if you didn't get your car from Munganast, get it serviced at Munganast. stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. And then they set up a secret number for our listeners, and that number is 314-252-0029. That's 314-252-0029. 2929. And you can call or text and be in touch immediately with the people in charge to help you out. You can go shopping right now from your phone, from your laptop, iPad, Surface, desktop, it doesn't matter. And see all the selection of both new and pre-owned vehicles they have for you to buy or lease. It's Munganess, stlouisacura.com. It's stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Jackson, tell me about where I can wager on Peter Malnati to win the RBC Heritage this week.
Oh, sure, Tim. I can do that for you. I can do that for you right now. It's funny you just asked me to pull up some of these odds because I was just now opening up the Circa Sports app, which is available in the great state of Illinois because the Circa Sports app is sports betting the way it should be with big app bets, high betting limits, tight money line splits, and the best customer service around. RBC Heritage odds, Scotty Scheffler, plus 475. I bet you're not
For
gonna-
this week?
Yeah.
I would short that,
Yeah.
which is odd to say about betting against that guy, but
Right. You wanted Peter Malnati.
yeah, what's he? Is he plus 500, I guess.
Yeah, he's right. He is plus 30,000.
Iggy, throw 100 on that, 30,000 retirement.
Well, you know what you can do. You can put $100 on Kevin Kisner. He is 100,000.
He's plus 100,000.
He's plus 150,000 on Circa Sports. This is just what Circa Sports does. Better odds. I mean, shop the lines. Why would you not want more money?
I saw 100,000. You get 50,000 more. And I tweeted yesterday, and it was a legitimate tweet. I don't want anybody to think I was taking a shot at him. So I said, legitimate tweet. I'm not taking a shot. How is Kevin Kisner in the signature event? And Skip Berkmeyer asked me. He said they still give out sponsors exemptions, which I didn't know they did on signature events.
There you go. Throw 100 on Kisner, 150,000.
Well, he's made one cut in his last 15 events.
Yeah, but he's due. That means he's due. You can also bet on baseball. The Cardinals play tonight again. 8:40 first pitch. Lance went on the bump for the Cardinals. Over 8 kind of smells kind of nice.
You like the over. Who's throwing for the A's?
Someone named Jay Sears.
Jay Sears. He had some good starts last year. If
So did
memory
Ross
serves.
Stripling, to be honest with you. He wasn't terrible last year, but
Who's that?
Ross Stripling, the guy who pitched.
Yeah, he pitched last night.
But you can bet on the Cardinals minus 139 or that over of 8 at minus 115. All available on the Circa Sports app. Visit circasports.com for more details and get ready to start betting like a pro. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Jeff Lotman of Compass Realty is the text inbox sponsor. The website to go work with Jeff, I'm going to go to it right now. As a matter of fact, here's the address, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. And now you're working with Jeff Lotman of Compass Realty. And he's been doing it in St. Louis for close to a quarter century with close to $500 million worth of sales. And he's with Compass Realty, the #1 luxury real estate provider in the St. Louis area. And you go, well, I'm not necessarily luxury. That's not what I'm looking for. And I say, I get it. And I respect it, as a matter of fact, but luxury isn't a price point. It's an experience, the way you are treated. Work with Jeff. House, I wake up every morning, and I've got a few more listings in my phone that I'm taking a gander at. So homes are certainly going out on the market. And if you want to have somebody who is connected in the St. Louis area, work with Jeff. JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty. To buy or sell homes, Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty. He is the sponsor of our text inbox here on TMA, and that text inbox is very active. Can we wager on the A's attendance on the Circa app? What a crowd last night.
Saw 5,000.
There's no way there was more than 1,000. Right?
I'm surprised they listed 5,000. So they're kind of doing the Cardinal thing? Oh, is that what
Clay
Claiborne
tweeted
said?
out some like 5,000.
Is what they listed or what he thought
as
it was?
As they listed. Yeah, I'd be surprised if there was 5,000.
I mean, Indiana high school basketball gets 5,000, like for
Depending
like
on
the
the-
quarters and semifinal
Yeah,
games.
definitely.
Like that.
They're
That's
playing at Hinkle, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no
Let's
doubt.
see. Cardinal crowd. You can fit both crowds in Roger Dean Stadium. Attendance 5,508 Claibs. What a facility.
Yeah, it was sparsely attended, that's for sure.
I've been to a ball game there a long time ago. Saw Ichiro play in his rookie year, 2001.
Really?
At the Oakland Coliseum. And it's right next to where your Warriors used to play before moving across the bay. But that'll be the end. Cardinals with 2 more games at the Oakland Coliseum, and they'll go off to Sacramento next year, Jackson.
I guess. Kind of everything's up in the air. I saw Derek Gould. I read Derek Gould's chat yesterday. and
I
he was-
love reading Derek Gould's chat.
Me too, it's
It is
great.
a baseball nerd's
And
heaven.
he was talking about the Oakland situation. He was like, in a perfect world, Oakland gets a new ballpark for the A's. Vegas gets an expansion team, which then the owners would get money out of that to circumvent some of the lost wages in regional sports networks. Then you get Oakland fans with a new owner and a new team, and Vegas gets their own startup baseball team. And like that's the perfect world. However, how often do you get, that to happen? So I when I read that, it was the first time I had read something like that, and I found that to be quite interesting.
Got it. Yeah, I don't feel like that's a done deal, but they did shut down the Tropicana at the south end of the Strip. I think it was 2 Fridays ago. It was the last day in business.
Yeah, I've been there forever.
Yeah. So something's going to go up there. I mean, it's going to be literally right. I mean, you're going to be flying over a ball. Remember for fans who remember Shea Stadium and how you could hear the planes flying over to and from LaGuardia? I mean, what's that going to be like with the airport in Las Vegas? Right there. Yeah. And in addition to the traffic, it's going to have some. I mean, I imagine Las Vegas will have a team, but whether or not it'll be the A's to be determined. Either way, the Cardinals going to win last night. Man, I'm telling you, I realize it's the A's, although the A's have won their last 3 series because I have an over bet on their season win total. I think I got it at 56.5, and I'm feeling very good about that wager right now. They've won their last 3 series, and Sonny Gray dealing. I mean, this is, again, I know it's the A's, but still the A's, even though it's a running joke as to how bad they are, I think they're only 7-10 now.
Yeah. And 6 shutout innings and 72 pitches is nothing to sneeze at.
I mean, that's something else. So that is super fun to watch. If you have that kind of domination from a starter, that's what they got. And so Sonny Gray went out and dealt last night as the Cardinals beat the A's. Here is what Sonny Gray had to say on, Jackson, that would be synonymous with efficient. Here's what he had to say on an efficient start in Oakland.
I mean, I would hope that's my plan going into no matter what situation or anything is to attack guys early, to attack guys often, to force contact early, to go for a strikeout when I need to try and get a strikeout. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of who I want to be, no matter the part of the season, is to attack guys early, force contact early, and like I said, then if you need to try to get a strikeout in a situation, then go get one, but not necessarily pitching the whole every batter to try to strike a guy out. I've done that in the past. I've had success doing that, but it's just kind of not where I'm at right now.
The Cardinals now 8-9 as Sonny Gray gets the win last night.
I believe that was his 100th career win, I think.
That's correct.
And there's only 12 active pitchers, which I was shocked at this. There's only 12 active pitchers with 100 wins or more. The Cardinals have 3 of them.
Wins aren't priorities for teams in starting pitching. Depth in the bullpen. So that is kind of shocking, though. That number seems a little low.
12 in Major League Baseball. The total package says Major League Baseball's dead. Just kind of a take out of nowhere.
That's my take.
Your take is Major League Baseball's dead?
I said that for years.
Really?
Maybe a little bit too much of a hyperbole, but the attention span of people now with cell phones, with all these social media apps, TikTok especially. If you can't catch someone's attention nowadays in 30 seconds to a minute, and having to sit there and watch, whether it be on TV or in person, it just doesn't seem like this next wave of soon-to-be adults cares at all about baseball.
That part I would agree with, as far as I wouldn't go as far, but I would say there is such a decreased interest, I think, from younger people. And when I say younger, I'm talking about kids.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from.
Every parent you talk to, and you're a parent, they all have soccer jerseys. I mean, every parent that we are friends with who kids are 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, they don't care 2 licks about Cardinals. It's all Messi and it's all soccer and obviously football, a lot of hockey as well.
Basketball.
It's amazing how baseball takes a complete
I actually feel like, and this is solely feel, and maybe people will immediately disagree with me, and it'll sound charged, and it's not intended to, but it just struck me as I was saying this. I feel like I see more Chiefs stuff on kids in the St. Louis area than I do Cardinal stuff, which sounds ridiculous. I recognize it sounds ridiculous, but that's because there isn't necessarily star power now. So if I see like a kid wearing like a jersey, it'll be like a Molina jersey or something like that.
You know what's crazy, and it goes beyond jerseys, and this is so we talked to our friend who is a hairdresser. She does a lot of hair for all age ranges and people. It's not just specifically for females. She does a lot of her friends. She does a lot of her friends' kids, and what she says, she sees a spike in kids coming in there looking for the Mahomes perm. Not kidding at all. They're getting like the fake fro little curls because of Patrick Mahomes. Wow. She said she'd done like 50 of those. Perms. It's insane. Yes.
Wow.
So like just Patrick Mahomes, that vibe has come to St. Louis.
It's taking my jersey to another level.
It's insane.
Plowsy, what if you and me get some perms going?
I'm afraid to do that with my hair because I like it how it is, and I don't want it to not form back to.
I'd be fine.
Messy jerseys and City SC stuff everywhere, and kids near us never Cardinals. I would agree with that take.
Yeah.
Definitely see that. Yeah, definitely see that. The City stuff's everywhere.
Yeah. Soccer jerseys also just like it's just a T-shirt essentially. Like it's much easier. Like wearing a baseball jersey sometimes feels a little much. Jersey's different, but
I like going to a game to kind of fraternize a little bit. I like watching. I'll probably watch 2.5 full innings, walk around, see my buddies, go get a drink and kind of just walk the concourse. Hard pressed for me to sit in my seat for several innings at a time. I don't view it as like a sporting event. It's kind of just like a gathering.
Jackson, your favorite texter is Eric in the Central West End? He's active this morning in the Jeff Lotman Compass Realty text inbox. Jackson, go back and rewatch the WNBA draft. Ross Stripling hasn't won a game in 2 years, and then he followed that up with Patrick Mahomes has the gayest haircut of all time, and his voice sounds stupid, and that's your favorite texter.
Sometimes guys just there's no need to retort because they do it to themselves.
Nice. That's how you respond to that.
Mr. Tim looking like a thug today with that South City shirt. That's from Mr. Smith. The South City shirt. There's like somebody in my old neighborhood who's made a little cottage industry out of these South City T-shirts.
I like
Jackson,
that shirt.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's a simple T-shirt. Simple. But then again, I'm a simple man with a simple plan. Hey, Terry Krupin's going to be in studio. First time since we announced Brown and Krupin as the title sponsor. That's coming up at approximately 8 o'clock. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling Email of the Day coming up at approximately 9:45. KG, in O-Town, are you here for all 3 hours, or are you going to be in about 90 minutes? The fact that you even come in here and then you have to go work a full-time gig.
Yeah, I got to bounce about 8:40.
It's the stuff of champions. And in addition, you're Chairman Kurt?
Chairman Kurt, yeah. A lot of hats in this studio.
Are you getting nervous as the day approaches for the balls in the air on April 28th at Gateway National?
Nah, it's going to be great, but I'm getting a little tired of people requesting groupings and tea times.
Are your DMs active?
Oh, yeah.
That's worse. I'm telling you right now, that's worse than what I'm getting.
I would agree with that. So give me a sampling.
Oh, let me pull this up real quick.
We'll have to play at 12. I want to play with these three people.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I get that. No, I'm with Iggy, but it is so annoying to have to do that logistically.
Everyone asked
him.
for it. There's no way you can accommodate everyone.
That's correct.
You still taking requests for foursomes pairing for round one?
Oh, I didn't know that you were.
No, I'm not.
This is, KG, this is when you pass it on to Sean Barnes. This is when, because Sean Barnes doesn't mind being the bad guy. He's straight on the up and up.
Sean would absolutely say we're not doing that.
No, and
Thank you.
Yeah, Sean is great with that.
I worked on the groupings yesterday. I've got a rough draft.
Are you happy with the groupings?
I am. Yeah, it felt right.
So me, Iggy, Mr. Licks, and the Pope balls in the air is at 11:30.
That's the first group.
There is
Are
going
we
to
the
be
next
a pace
group,
of
then?
play. I'll be flying at this because my son has something in the mid-afternoon. So
KG, apparently Todd Reesing doesn't want to be the last one. So.
No, he's not. You guys aren't.
Okay, I just wanted to
who's
make
in
sure
the
I knew that.
second foursome? Because I know the galleries will be. I mean, people are going to be packed on that first tee box.
I have myself and Steve there, so we can kind of capture what's going on in front of us.
Absolutely.
And I think I might have paired that up with Jackson and Siders.
So it can be me and Reesing and then Doug and his opponent then?
Correct.
Is that, okay.
Nice.
I like how you did that there.
Good squad.
I like that. Sweet. So Todd, we are not teeing off last. We are teeing off third.
Where will the scorecards be at the first tee? or on the carts, or
If it goes as it has in the past, I would imagine they'd be on the cart that morning.
With the dots, I do believe.
Yeah,
for
dot
him,
season.
I
No
think
dots, me and the
dots are
Pope. At least I don't think so.
Neither for me insiders.
Me and Reesing either.
Wow.
Straight up ball.
And Iggy, and did Lick decline his dots from you?
decline.
No, he's getting them dots.
So you are giving Pops to...
I would think so.
I think 4,
He's
right?
playing to a 22, and
Let
I'm
me see. I'm trying to remember the Pope's real name.
I think it's 70% Iggy, so you're probably giving 4.
I don't know. That's why
I might
somebody
be
else
getting
figured
one.
it out.
I'm up a little bit. I might be getting one. That could be huge. What's the number one handicap out there? Is it that par 5?
Is it 3? The super long par 5.
Oh, yeah. It'd be 3, I would think.
Yeah. Even though the par 4 after the par 3 there, I guess that's 5. Super long. Especially the wind. They can play forever.
Oh, man, that wind will make these
the
300-yard
Hawk.
That par
holes.
4.
Iggy, have you checked the forecast to know which way the Hawk is moving on the 28th? Because
Ooh, we
I
do
need
have
to
a
start
key-
shot shaping.
No, I did a
Start playing the
rough.
cut.
I did a rough Doppler. It's 14 days out. It's kind of iffy.
Yeah,
But that day did have 75, partly cloudy with a 11-mile-an-hour wind.
Nice.
Okay, so I have
Rocking the ball left and right
Sunday.
'cause you're trying to play a cut for the Fan Page Club Championship.
Uh-oh. We have Sunday, the 28th.
Now we're the exact same index.
Scattered thunderstorms.
That's not going to work.
82, though.
Nice. I like that, Plowhawk.
Looks like a southwest wind. 10-mile-an-hour southwest wind.
Southwest wind directly into
Right
the players
into-
on 3,
right into your
making it a
face.
4-shot hole.
That actually, it frees you up because you don't even have to think about going for it.
I think my greatest golf accomplishment was getting on in 2 on that thing when I
Yeah.
played Cletus last year.
That is
It's like, I don't give a damn if I lose now. I've gotten on in 2 on 3.
It's hard because there's a bunker right there in front with the fescue.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, screw it. I'm giving him a pop, and I'm not going to win the hole anyway, so I'll just fire a 3-wood and see what happens, and got there. It was glorious. Dogwood number 9 bit me in the ass. Did stick. Dogwood 8, 10 feet. 3 putted for bogey. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville.
That one
Dogwood 9 is sneaky hard. Sneaky hard.
I can't picture the golf hole.
Par 5, water all up on the left.
Oh, yeah, that's a great hole.
Really cool hole, but it's water all along the left, and it narrows really hard towards the green with water all on the backside of the green. It's a 3-shot hole because going forward in 2 brings left into play.
I tell you, Gateway really I need to polish up my 3-wood. That baby.
You're a 3-wood guy through and through.
180 or 220, baby.
Yeah, even on the par 3, Tim, you may see a nice 70% 3-wood right off the tee.
Yeah, white 3.
Gotta get it out there.
Whited 3. It gets up in the air without you having to work at it.
Mr. Lick says, do I go Holderness and Bourne or Peter Millar?
I'm going with my Holderness and Bourne
Those shirts
TMA.
are awesome.
It's silky. It feels good.
The collar on that.
Are you guys going to do an outfit reveal the night before?
Ooh, lay out your outfit.
I'm laying mine on the tank lid, as always.
Yeah, that's right. That's a tradition for
It's
you.
a theme.
Let's see. Terry Krupin is going to be with us here in a matter of moments. Before we have him join us, we welcome you to text in 314-881-TMA5. We welcome you to call in the Collier and Thompson phone lines and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. This month is up for grabs. Anybody can still win, even though it's past the halfway point of the month. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Temperatures, according to the Plowhawk, for the day of the J. Randolph Team Fan Page Club Championship, that's warm. So, the warm temperatures will return after some storms in the forecast today. Wind is it's already windy out there, Iggy, if you're going to go out there and ball strike. And then rain and some cooler temperatures starting on Friday. But then it looks like it's going to warm up in the middle of next week. And Plowhawks got it at 82 on that Sunday of the Fan Page Club Championship. So get your air conditioning firing on all cylinders right now before you really need it too much. Go to designairservice.com and work with Seth Goldcamp and his team of wonderful technicians. They have been doing it for decades at Design Air Heating and Cooling. It's 4th generation. Seth is the great-grandson of the founder of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and they pride themselves on carrying on the tradition of great service, no upselling. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, designairservice.com. Anytime you have an HVAC issue, but smart move is to get that air conditioning tended to and tuned up for the summer months in St. Louis. DesignAirService.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And if you're looking for a wonderful place to take the family a week from Thursday, Ted Drew's celebrating its 95th anniversary with quite a gala for St. Louisans all throughout the metropolitan area. 95 years in business, and it's going to go on from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chippewa location. This is going to be outstanding. I will be there with my family, and I am looking forward to meeting listeners who will be in attendance. It is taking place a week from Thursday as Ted Drew celebrates 95 years and 4 generations of family serving St. Louisans that famous frozen custard. 6726 Chippewa, 6726 Chippewa, St. Louis, Missouri, 63109. And it's Thursday, April 25th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. 95-cent cones. Local food will be there. Donut Drive-In, Old Vienna Chips, Gus's Pretzels, Steve's Hot Dogs. Family-friendly activities. Includes music, face painting, and Fredbird will be in attendance. And Ted Drew's will reaffirm its commitment to the St. Louis community by donating a portion of custard sales to 3 local charities, the Cardinals Glennon Children's Foundation, St. Louis Area Food Bank, and Stray Rescue of St. Louis. The celebration is going to feature various surprises, giveaways, and more from 3 to 7 at Ted Drew's on Chippewa on Thursday, April 25th, as they celebrate their 95th anniversary. Come on out and enjoy the fun games at Ted Drew's. All right, KG and O-Town, if you don't mind, let's bring in Terry Krupin and talk it over with him, his second appearance in the studio.
All right, I'll grab him.
And looking forward to talking it over with Terry Krupin, who is the founder of our presenting sponsor, Brown and Krupin. I hear a rumbling, I hear a ruckus outside the door, and he is making his way in. And, yeah, maybe he's got a posse like Mickey Carroll.
My suit is still sitting on that door.
KG No-Tone's got a nice sugar fire stick. Welcome in. Listen to this guy.
He got a Mac Miller zip-up.
Buddy.
Oh, my God.
Andy gave it.
Is that right, Andy?
God, that's fantastic.
Awesome. Have a seat, Terry.
Andy thinks it's funny.
But you've been photographed like wearing like Tupac and Biggie stuff,
well,
right?
Here's the deal. Andy was a very early rap music adopter.
Yeah, we talked about that. He was big into it like in the 80s, right?
I took him once when he was a little boy to a Fat Boy and Dougie Fresh concert at the Fox Theater. I had no idea who these people were. He and I, and he was a little boy, and he dragged me along to all this stuff. So I know the names and a little bit of the music, but then the family started to like dressing me up. Are you all, whoever among you are fathers,
I think I'm the only one in the studio.
One of the roles of a father at some point is to play a fool for the children, to give them a good laugh, you know?
Right.
And that's what they did. They used to dress me up like, and then I just adopted it.
I like that you've taken it outside of the house to play a fool and just brought it into the public, because somebody sent a picture one time of you, I think, like at an outdoor patio bar.
Yes.
And you were wearing like a
Wu-Tang.
I
think it was Wu-Tang.
Yeah, Wu-Tang, and I was very big with my Dr. Dre.
Yes.
And, last week I was wearing, in Naples, Florida, where they don't have a lot of this, I was wearing a Death Row Records t-shirt. Just a big red person in an electric chair with a blindfold on. And many of my friends down there question my choice.
I think that's outstanding.
Yeah.
That hoodie right there is incredible. He's like my favorite artist ever. So.
And I actually, to keep up with, I looked him up. So I know. I'm not totally... Is he even alive?
He died in
He passed away a few years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's a tribute.
It is a tribute, yeah.
Awesome.
You got a few of those.
What kind of
things.
music do you listen to now? I mean, what's your genre of music?
Yacht rock.
Oh, that is...
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
I was that's what I was...
Nothing wrong with that.
That was my music.
Love yacht rock. Christopher Cross.
Is that yacht rock?
And Steely Dan.
I think it is Steely Dan is yacht rock.
Really,
Bob Seger.
Is
Bob Seger yacht rock?
Night Shift? Night Shift seems yacht rocky.
What about Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah, I would agree with that part.
Jimmy Buffett
I feel like that's its
more
own genre.
on Jimmy Buffett. He's got his own radio channel.
That's kind of...
But Steely Dan, if you had to pick, I just about 8 years ago, my wife was nice enough to accompany me. Steely Dan was playing a 8-night residency at the Beacon Theater in New York City. Beacon Theater is like the Fox, except much more famous. You know, it's this beautiful theater like the Fox, but just great acoustics. They were playing 8 nights, and I got her to agree to go to 4 nights.
Oh, wow.
Right. I would have gone to 8 nights, but we went to 4. The first night, we loved it. It was great. The second night, she said, oh, that was good. When is the next concert? Because they were spaced every couple of days. Anyway, by the 4th night, she didn't come. She stood outside in the lobby the whole, because it was the exact. It was all billed as being different concerts, but
they did the same set list.
Virtually the same. It was no different.
Best concert you've ever been to, since you're a music aficionado.
I could go virtually every night. That's the only group, by the way. Well, the Eagles. We saw the Eagles recently in Indianapolis. I'd go to see them a lot.
How do you like the Eagles? I assume you saw the Eagles when they were with the original crew.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I mean, they can recreate all the sounds, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They were just here with Steely Dan.
And Steely Dan was supposed to be with them, but the Donald Fagen, the who is Steely Dan now, he got sick, and so Steve Miller filled in for him in Indianapolis.
So are you back in St. Louis for good now that the weather has warmed up, or will you return to Naples?
I am a snowbird.
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, I'm wrestling with it because St. Louis is my home, and my wife fell in love with Naples, and I'm a very good friend from Kansas City who never stops talking about the Chiefs.
Plow's friend.
Yeah, we go there, but it's a nice place.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
I want to get your perspective. Your son was quoted in the Wall Street Journal last week.
I saw that. I saw that.
On the article about downtown St. Louis real estate, and I'm curious what your thoughts were on the article and what Andy had to say, and what you think as a passionate St. Louisan.
Yeah, very sad. You know, I don't know if you guys go to St. Louis, the city, much.
I grew up in the city, and I lived downtown for 4 years.
But downtown, if you go there now, which I have rarely because we've moved to the hill, it's just sad. You know, and I don't know what you do about it. You know, unless, I think the problem is the blues money. Everybody believes that this, I think, $500 million.
Are you talking about the Rams? The Rams?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Rams?
did I say blues?
Yeah.
Pardon me, blues. Rams.
Yeah.
The Rams money. Everybody thinks this is a transformative amount of money, and I think, sadly, for a city of 2.5 million people, it's just a drop in the bucket.
I'm glad you said that, even though we both share the same sentiment that unfortunately it is not transformative. But I was making a case at one point for the settlement dollars to go toward really helping with St. Louis improving its, in particular, city education. And I had a city educator, perhaps a superintendent, as a matter of fact, email me and lay out how the dollars would really be a mere drop in the bucket and not be, as you said, transformative, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just, it's sad. I mean, I love this city. You know, when you travel, being from St. Louis is sort of an odd place. You know, you rarely meet other people from St. Louis. It's just, it's not a big city anymore. And when you think about the problems, they're so overwhelming that, yeah, if it was $500 billion, maybe we could do some. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
It's just, I think what you do is you get away, and that's not a good solution for the city.
That's correct. I'm curious.
Anyway, you were asking about Andy. It was sad. And it was hard for him, because he told me, he said, as he was giving the article, he sort of, didn't like to say the things he had to say, which were the truth. Mm-hmm. That this downtown area, at least, is just desolate.
Yeah.
We had a deal where they had the MAC is still downtown, their main, and we went over there. This is now before the pandemic, so it's a while ago. And it was a late evening, and so we had to walk from the MAC back to the Met Square building where we were parked. And we didn't see anybody. And it was really frightening because it was desolate. And you confuse desolate with dangerous. And it really was an unpleasant experience. I don't know how you fix that.
Yeah. What is your theory as to the cause?
Honestly, and again, I'm not a scientist. I haven't studied it. I just think income inequality. I think there's not enough money, and there's too much poverty. And poverty is not a good thing for human beings to thrive. When people don't have any money, they become different kind of people. It's different life they live, and all the characteristics you look for in a healthy, thriving, good society get diminished when there's so much poverty.
My hope is that because there is infrastructure of buildings, many of which are now vacant, that investors, and I'm not talking about necessarily St. Louis-based investors, will see at some point a value because the price will be so low that there will be at some point in the next 10 to 20 years a rebirth. That is my hope. I don't know if it's rooted in actual emotion or business sense, but that is my hope. Do you see that as being a possibility? I mean, you saw, for example, the AT&T building, which was mentioned in that article,
but what did it go for?
Dimes.
Did they ever sell it?
I mean, I don't think it's closed, but it's gone through a couple of different transitions on who's going to purchase.
What are they going to do with it? I mean, I don't know. I wish I had, I was smart enough and understood all of the causes to come up with a solution. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish they could, because like you say, it's the biggest building in St. Louis. It's sat vacant now for 20 years.
It's been a long time.
And well, we're told, just buildings don't just sit, they deteriorate, When I leave my house for 2 weeks, when I come back, something's always broken, And so I wish I had a solution. It's just for me. I remember as a kid, we used to go down and watch you actually stood in front of windows and watched the little model trains.
That's right, yes, for Christmas.
I mean, and it was nice.
Yeah.
And you walked around and there were businesses and I don't know. Andy was right, though, when they closed the Panera Bread place. There was no place to go to eat there. I mean, there are still a few places, but, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, there aren't too many left down there. Unfortunately, you talk about being a snowbird, so on the Gulf side, you tend to have more people from the Midwest and the South. On the Atlantic side, you tend to have more people from the Northeast. Who are you? And do you ever talk about their hometowns and where they're coming from?
I grew up on the east side, eastern Florida, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale, those places, Miami Beach. There's a lot of New Yorkers there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all nice people. Everybody's left bad weather. The worst thing about St. Louis is coming here, flying in, and getting in a cab or a car and leaving the airport and going to wherever you live. There's a lot of gray and brown here. Those colors are the color palette of St. Louis. Whereas in Florida, the color palette is red and yellow and pink and blue. And I mean, it's just, as you get older, you're all young men, and well, not all of you.
Don't get rid of me.
No offense.
No.
I just saw a gray beard, which I feel a connection to.
I'm old.
I used to have one. No, but those things start meaning more to you. You know what I mean? It's
uplifting subconscious color.
Sunshine makes a big difference. And I always used to joke that it seemed like St. Louis may have like 200 gray days a year. Where you can't tell where the sky ends and the gray building starts. And it makes me depressed.
How are you seeing? I'm curious. We have a real estate agent who comes in here. He's going to be in Thursday, as a matter of fact, and we're talking about real estate in Southwest Florida. Has actually, because of insurance and HOA fees, there's a situation going on there.
It's a real situation.
You're seeing that when you're.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly pay more attention to hurricanes in the Caribbean than I used to.
I bet.
It's a real issue. And I was talking to a friend of mine that someday we're all going to have to make a decision. People who bought real estate in southern Florida, when are you going to get rid of it? Because if they're right about global warming, which I believe they are, and if they're right about the effects of global warming, which I believe they are, that you're going to have more and more worse and worse storms, ultimately, I don't see how it survives.
How it's sustainable.
You can't. I mean, we went to Fort Myers Beach.
Still a disaster, right? From
Fort Myers Beach. I mean,
from Hurricane Ian.
You see not just abandoned houses, but abandoned houses that are like tilted on their side. You know, it's like you're going through a hurricane or a tornado, but it's still there. And this
20 months ago.
Yeah. And we went there, and you used to take the Katrina tours when you went to New Orleans. Now people go on these Ian tours, and it's just, like there was no electricity a year after. And of course, real estate developers are taking advantage. Like they're building a new Margaritaville, the Jimmy Buffett thing. They're building one of those in Fort Myers Beach. So they've sort of, so people, money will go in. But I'm worried that eventually, you just won't keep throwing money into, that area. So,
well, I think one of the core issues is if somebody does live there or want to live there is insurance, and that you have insurance providers.
It's crazy. My insurance, I was talking to my wife about, if we sold this place and just came down and rented a place for 3 or 4 months, that's about what we're paying for insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that right? It's gotten that?
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, my
It really is. And then you have to pay somebody when you're not there to kind of look in on
the
it.
management. Yeah.
And it's a situation.
It is a situation. It is a situation.
Now,
indeed.
I mean, I don't want anybody. No GoFundMe. Please, I am not looking for help.
Donations
at the present time. Although, if you have a few extra,
we will set one up.
We'll find a use for it.
How about this? We have a bunch of people who text into the show, Terry, and this gentleman says, I love hearing Terry. I used to see him up at Mr. Wizards when I worked there back in high school. Mr. Wizards. Yeah, frozen custard.
Frozen custard. Well, if my wife is listening, I don't know what this guy's talking about. No, that's a great place. You don't see frozen custard much outside of St. Louis.
I was about to say, well, we have Ted Drew's a big sponsor on this program. They're celebrating 95 years. But where else do you see frozen custard now that you bring that up?
And I look for it.
Is Wisconsin a spot?
Yeah,
is that
Wisconsin is, they're big into the custard as well.
That
kind of Midwest corridor.
Besides, in the ice cream genre, have you ever had black raspberry ice cream?
I have not.
It's great. But you can't find it anyplace except Maine.
What's going on with black raspberry ice cream, and why does Maine got the proprietary rights?
Please, if you find the answer, let me.
No, we'll bring it to St. Louis.
I had a very dear friend, a guy named, his name escapes me. That's one of the things getting older.
Names escape you?
Hold it, stop for a second.
That's fine, I can weave in a library.
He was the Terry Krupin of Maine.
Okay.
I was the... Thought that would get it. Anyway, he passed away. But we were up in Maine, and he took me to like 9 black raspberry places where we could get a black raspberry ice cream. Great ice cream.
Is that right? I got to look into this black raspberry ice cream, apparently.
Hold on, you look into his name. I can see him. I'll think about it. I'll pass it along.
Terry, I see. I don't know if this is. I don't know. Now people might just be making up sightings of you, and I don't want to just. I don't want to just read them.
There's a young lady who came up with a. She makes up little puns involving my name, which and couldn't be sweeter. Called me up and said, we've been doing this, and I think they eventually went off after the pandemic. But so I am sort of a novelty. I'm the punchline to a lot of jokes, and if it's what you aspire to as a young man. Can you just be a person that people will? But everybody's nice to me. So
that people appreciate. You've always been kind of a St. Louis spokesperson on behalf of the city.
It's my home.
Yeah.
I remember my daughter lives in Los Angeles, and they wanted to fly me out to Los Angeles because there was some event where Stan Kroenke was going to appear, and they thought it would be funny if I was there. And I'm guessing Stan Kroenke does not give me an awful lot of time in his, as he's laying there in the middle of the night up.
In Malibu.
Right. Yeah, which he owns. It's now Kroenke. It's just called Kroenke most of this day. But, no, it's... I'm like, let's see, are they nice?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Because you know what, I am a person who has had 3 bad experiences because of what I did. Because I'm a lawyer and we advertise. Of course, they're emblazed in my memory. I can remember every time, every bit of the incident. But I mean, as against 50,000, 100,000, just the nicest people. St. Louis are the nicest people. They're just... I was once at Dave & Buster's at a children's birthday party, and a young man comes up to me, great big guy, and he said, hello. I said, hello. And he said, and he reaches in his, like he's wearing a jacket, he reaches into a pocket and pulls out a Polaroid picture, all wrinkled because he'd carried it around for a long time. And it's me, and I recognize me because it's me except a little younger, a lot younger. And I'm holding a little baby. And he says, I said, oh, that's nice. He said, that's me you're holding. And I said, really? Well, I couldn't argue because it was me. And I assumed he wouldn't make it up that the baby was him, but it was really sweet.
How about that?
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
How about this text here? Terry is the best. He is my mother's favorite boss she has ever worked for. He's salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth.
How about that?
I guess you can't be much better than salt of the earth.
Let's see. A bunch of kind texts.
Give me is there a bad one?
Let's see what we got. Okay, how about this one? This is good content for 80-year-old males, not this audience. Wow. That's from Harrison's brother Master, who I believe may be the least popular texter on the show.
No, then let's bring it up to date. I can talk about some modern things.
You're wearing a Mac Miller hoodie.
But whoever it is. Yeah, I'm wearing a Mac Miller hoodie, for God's sake.
Clip that off.
But he's right, and that's the thing. When you get older, and I'm not going to look over at you, but your references kind of get out of date. The things your phrases you use start to get dated.
Oh yeah, I still say icebox.
Oh boy! So
caught Terry off guard.
The funny thing, we never really even had an icebox. I don't remember anybody, because they actually did. They would come with a big tong, and they would bring in a big block of ice.
Yeah.
I never saw one of those. We never had those, but I still call it an icebox.
Oh, I talk all the time about as kids. We would run after the ice truck, and he could chip us off little pieces of ice that we could chew on. They were still coming up and down Lewis Avenue in Brentwood.
And there was knife sharpeners truck?
Yeah.
Isn't really helping this guy?
Yeah. I don't see how 80-year-old men, how it's for 80-year-old people, you're talking about downtown and how it's fallen apart, how you can rebuild
Well,
it.
I mean, Iggy, you know you usually don't have the text inbox open. You never have it open. But I mean, we can. It's always going to have negativity. So that's just kind of that's part. That's part
you
of
know
the deal.
what? I don't want to hear about things that I have no reference to understand. It was a different world. We were talking outside about baseball and how baseball. When I was a kid, everybody played baseball. I mean, everybody played
Absolutely.
baseball. Everybody had a baseball glove. I have 3 grandsons. I don't believe any of them have
We were
baseball.
just talking about this probably about 45 minutes ago, about how we don't see. I actually think I see, and you made reference to your buddy who's from Kansas City who's always talking about the Chiefs. I actually think I see more Chiefs merchandise on young people in St. Louis than I do Cardinal stuff. Now I see City stuff all over the place.
City's very popular. And I was just talking to them out there. My theory is that the Cardinals, when we had Gussie Busch as the owner, we believed we had an owner who had so much money that he could buy any player he wanted, and it was something we liked.
Yeah,
you want to have that owner who doesn't care about the bottom line, just cares about winning, and now I don't think we have that anymore.
That there is a real sense, Terry, that there is not a commitment from this ownership group to winning. Now, whether or not that's real or not, I don't know, but I know that there is a real sense amongst fans that is the case.
Yes, I think to make it a little sharper, I think my belief is, and I don't know, so I apologize if I'm wrong, is that they just want to win enough to get people to continue to support the team.
Well, I think you're speaking for about 60% of Cardinal fans.
There's some number of wins that are enough to keep everything alive. But the idea of we want a winner and we won't accept anything less and we'll do anything we have to, I think they have shattered that, and people don't believe that anymore.
And so, therefore, if they don't feel like there's a commitment, then they don't want to reciprocate their dollars.
They don't give the commitment, that they feel is taken away from them.
Yeah.
And I think that feeling, over 20, how long has it been? 20, 25 years since Bush owned the team?
Bill DeWitt bought it in 95.
So about
And Gussie passed away in 89, 90.
So 30 years. So, yeah, I think it's taken... That's about how long it takes to destroy a legend.
Wow, that's a take. Travel baseball. How about this? Now, this is interesting. I kind of like this because this goes outside the box on the theory. I don't know if do your grandchildren play sports? I assume
they do.
Play?
They do. But
what are they playing?
Soccer.
Yeah.
Basketball. My granddaughter Josephine is just one in her grade, beat all the boys as a runner.
Really?
So, yeah. She's a good little athlete.
Hell of an athlete.
Yeah, the other ones, Ruby, Coco, they play. Oftentimes, they're dragged out to play, because everybody's got to play a lot of sports now. But nobody is exceptional. Which is probably good. Yeah. And I'd get too crazy. and that wouldn't be good for anybody.
I think this is an interesting text because Jackson and I, when we were on 101 ESPN, we were theorizing what's going on because the Cardinal attendance actually was the lowest night game.
I saw that. When what's Sonny
Gray?
And that was Sonny Gray's debut last Tuesday night against the Phillies.
I was boning up a little for the... Maybe that's a bad phrase.
I think there couldn't be a better phrase. What were you boning up over?
Over the Cardinals, because I haven't followed them that much, and I know you guys talk a lot about the Cardinals. So I was looking, and I did see that thing where they got 31,000, the lowest
since Busch Stadium 3. Yeah,
we're just a team now.
The travel baseball teams have ruined baseball, in my opinion. It's really hard to find a fun summer league for the kids. Everybody wants to play for the elite baseball clubs. Lots of pressure on the parents to do it, and it's super expensive. That's from the 636. That is a really we haven't talked about that part of it as far as young people in baseball, but I think that there may be some truth to that observation.
I don't even know. I didn't even know if there were elite teams. Everybody was on a team.
Everybody was on a team, and you played a handful of games. I started to dislike baseball playing it when I was in high school, and we had like 70 games in a summer. I'm just like, man, this is no fun. It's like I'm a pro, except I'm
15 or 16,
No,
and I don't have a summer anymore.
I remember in my neighborhood, we started a bowling team.
Nice, Iggy. There you go. Iggy's a big bowler. He's in the St. Louis Bowling Hall of Fame, right?
Oh,
Iggy?
really?
I am. Thank you.
You know, I went bowling like 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Well, and you know how I shouldn't say you know that because you're a good bowler. Your release point rises as you get older. So that I'm 78, so I'm throwing the ball from about waist high now. It's just as hard as I can throw it, because I can't, my knee, I had knee replacement, and boy, this isn't making this any younger.
Just try to don't hold the ball up like most people do.
Yeah.
Start
it lower.
Just let it hang.
Yeah.
Take your step and throw it. Norman Salvino did that when he got older.
I bowled 83.
That's not bad.
It's terrible. It's pathetic.
I'll bring you out to Gobble Bowl. You'd be one of the higher bowlers.
No, but, let me tell you about getting old. You better be tough before you get old because, boy, it's like you get painted into a smaller and smaller corner. No, I can't bend on my right knee.
Is that right? Yeah. So when did you have the surgery? You see the scar there.
Yeah. What do you think? It's not even a great scar.
You'd like a nicer scar.
Well, I mean, I want people to look at it and say, "You poor thing."
Yeah. A big old behemoth.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
If you wouldn't have
scar.
said it, I wouldn't even have noticed it.
What did you scrape yourself?
Did you fall and hurt your knee?
No, but I'll tell you, I can walk now. I couldn't walk before. So anyway,
really?
Yeah, but I'm leading us into darkness.
Well, the people are loving somebody just texted in. We need a weekly or bi-weekly segment called "Boning It Up with Terry."
My wife would like that too. No, that's a. But anyway, bowling is a great. Are there many bowling alleys even around anymore?
Oh, yeah. There's still a ton in St. Louis. And there's a lot of great junior leagues there. There are kids still bowling.
Well, this used to be like the bowling capital of the world, didn't it?
Used to be, yeah.
The Budweisers.
The Bowling Hall of Fame left.
But there was the team, the Budweisers.
Yeah, the Budweisers for the longest time.
Don Bluth and...
Don Carter.
Yeah,
Ray Bluth, Dick Weber.
I actually used to watch bowling on television. Bowling was huge. And then they did that, what was it? Some bowling with lights where they turn the lights down.
Cosmic Bowl.
Cosmic Bowl. That they in an effort to keep it going.
Get kids back in and parties and things like that. But and bowling it's not that expensive to bowl. I mean, you go on a Saturday and get, you can bowl for like maybe $2 a game, $2.50 a game, and
yeah, no, I did it. I think we rented the alley.
Nice.
For like $15 or $20 an hour, and there were my 2 grandchildren and I. No, it was fun.
It's a fun little experience. Iggy's big into it. He's a Hall of Famer, Terry. HOF.
Like, what's your average?
He retired from the game.
When you were keeping an average, what kind of bowler were you?
And I got to admit, because I started out as a kid bowling juniors at Brentwood Lanes.
Believe me.
And we had plastic balls, we had rubber balls, we didn't have the newfangled balls now, and I always averaged low 200s, and they came out with the good balls, and I was averaging high 220s.
Wow. Well, you were really, I mean, that's a really good bowler.
Well, I was fortunate that I was friends with Dick Weber and Bo Burton.
Oh, really?
Worked out with them and worked on the game and did a bowling show for 20 plus years, and Dick and Bo were part of that.
Wow.
Kegler's Corner.
Talk of the town.
Well, no, I mean, you're talking to a person who appreciates that. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
I think I bowled at 203 once.
You cracked 200.
Everything went right. It never came close to it again.
But you do it for fun. If you can shoot 200 and you're just having fun with it, that's a great score.
It is. You know why? Because I guess it's like golf. There's a lot of time to sit and talk.
Yeah.
During the game.
Yeah, it's a social sport.
It really is.
Yeah.
I like bowling.
Your son and Ed.
Who, by the way,
regulars on this program, and the audience love these segments.
I think they should. Ed is a savant.
He is.
What's
going on there?
Mental illness. No, he's a wonderful. I'll tell you one thing about Ed. He has a superpower, and I've warned him about this. Ed has the ability to be in a discussion, and on the fly, he can organize his thoughts into a step-by-step argument faster than anybody who I've ever met. And you'll be talking and say, well, you're wrong because 1 and 2 and 3, and he is so good at it and so organized at it that it is super persuasive. Not always right, but the fact that he can organize it so effectively, so quickly, he wins arguments all the time that he shouldn't. But no, he's a wonderful young guy. And my son, I wasn't the sports fan, so Andy's not quite the sports fan. But they're charming fellas.
They are. They come in here every Tuesday and talk it over with us. They got Iggy's DNA test.
That's right.
Yep. To find out.
they were enamored for me to get a DNA test.
Because
Iggy prides himself, Terry, on having slept with 500 women, and Andy and Ed thought that he might be a father of someone he has not yet met, and they wanted to see if that was the case.
And?
I didn't have any.
Nothing.
Well, I think in this test...
I won't say the effort was wasted.
No, I think in this test, though, in order for me to see if I have kids someplace else, those kids would have had to take a DNA test.
Right. Yeah, they have to get into the system.
So if they haven't, then...
Jury's still out.
A few interesting things about that I liked that the listeners really couldn't care about. They wanted me to see if I had kids. I don't know why they would care if I had kids, but...
Wait, they wanted you to what?
They wanted to see if I had children somewhere.
Oh, out there. So you have no children that you know of?
No, I would think the girl would have told me if she was pregnant. Or else she just didn't want anything to do with me, but...
Remember, the mystery of the female mind is...
yeah, after that...
You don't know.
Oh, so there's no way I'm going to let this kid meet that guy, so I'm not going to tell him.
Well, I hope you weren't... You were a little bit disappointed.
No, well, kind of, because there's a chance that this kid I had is maybe rich, living in Florida somewhere, and was going to take me in, let me retire down to Florida and live off of him or her.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
It's the dream of all older people.
They want to adopt me?
And the dream of most 40-year-olds.
For that matter, yeah. Listening to Terry talk is like listening to your dad tell you stories from back in the day. Truly a great guy and full of wisdom. God bless you, Terry. That's from Pouts Lanai.
Oh, thank you, Pouts.
And then this one time in 1937, right before the big war, we went bowling. And this is the exciting part. I bowled the 202. And then just a bunch of Z's. That's from Cucky the Dwarf.
No. Believe me, I know this isn't gold.
It is for us. We're enjoying it.
No, I mean, listen. Well, if you have it, give me a topic.
All right, they will. They will.
Yeah, no, Mr. Know-it-alls out there. Let me hear. I'll talk about anything.
You're sounding like me now when I get to these. I said, well, what do you want to talk about? Just tell us what you want to talk about.
Yeah, they haven't scratched the surface here. I can talk about anything.
Let's see what we got. We're going to come in fast. And how about this one? Mr. Krupin makes me loins tingle. His voice is erotic. That's from Dirty Chewbacca.
I've worked hard on that.
Let's see. Terry, how much do you look down on the 30A area when you are in Naples? That's from Mr. Sider.
You know what? The 30A, do you know what that's
That's like the Destin area.
Well, we used to go to a place called Seaside up there.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people still
Which
go.
is just, it's I would say affluent adults pretending it's the 50s.
A lot of bikes.
A lot of bikes, a lot of screen doors slamming.
Yeah, it is very
old
old
school.
school.
In all these little cottages. Nobody lives in a house. It's a cottage. We used to go there all the time. I loved it.
Let's see what we got.
How am I doing? Come on, give me more. I'll talk about anything. How about UFOs, Bigfoot? Come on, let's hear it.
Terry is the man. This is fantastic. We need more Terry in studio. He's hilarious. That's from Mr. 63011.
Well, 011, thank you. You're right. It's a man of discriminating taste.
Let's see. Can Terry give us his opinion on Sibians? That's from the Pope.
Oh, the Sibian. Is that the machine that a person or a lady?
Usually a lady.
Yes, Howard Stern. Yeah, I would guess mostly a lady.
But we don't judge.
Right, yeah. If a gentleman wants to ride one, we support him on this show.
Yeah, I mean, you just beat the hell out of you would think.
Hey, he lived for a little bit. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but
You'd be surprised what the human body can do.
boy, aren't I surprised every single day.
Well, we've kept you long enough. 40 minutes of time is wonderful.
Okay, it's respectable.
It is. Yeah. And then the audience has obviously had a good time with it as well. Thank you for coming in.
For real, man.
It's
and
been
love
my
the Mac Miller.
Love it.
Most
Yes.
Joe Putty. Jackson's going to want to get one of those, I think.
I've had many in the past.
Oh, have you?
Oh, Mac was my guy for the longest until he
I'm
passed
glad I
away.
wore it then.
That's awesome. I really appreciate
Terry enjoyed the conversation. Good entertainment. Really appreciated.
My pleasure. Maybe they'll let me come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Krupin with us here on TMA. We close out the 7 o'clock hour, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota. It's TMA, presented to you by Brown & Krupin.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Krupin, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Krupin, justice is our business.
John, I'm so tired of this kitchen. We haven't updated anything since we moved in. The stove looks like it's from the 90s, and the rest is... Are you even listening to me?
Did you say something, honey? Yeah, no, kitchen's fine. We have cabinets. There's food in the cabinets. We're good.
Oh, my God.
Guys, if this sounds a little familiar, trust me, your wife is probably right. It's time for a remodel. Collier & Thompson is the company to trust. Not just for kitchens and bathrooms, but for any interior remodeling job. Need a new man cave? Collier & Thompson. Office? Collier & Thompson. Bar? You got it. Collier & Thompson. They even do wine rooms and fireplace walls. Collier & Thompson is your go-to source for every design consideration. They carry the best cabinets, appliances, and countertops in the business. And better yet, it's all under one roof. No need to drive around to 5 to 10 different businesses for one job. At Collier & Thompson, they do it all. Their showroom is on Manchester Road in Baldwin, right next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Let Collier & Thompson bring your dream remodel to reality and come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
Temperatures are finally warming up here in St. Louis, and while that means more fun in the sun, it could also spell disaster for your lawn. Rain equals spring weeds, and now is the best time to get ahead of it. Green Envy has been here in St. Louis for more than a decade, servicing and treating lawns just like they would their very own. Crabgrass can lay dormant for years until the conditions are right, and the massive amounts of moisture we've had is sure to wake up even the oldest crabgrass seeds. Green Envy only uses products that have been formulated for Missouri soil, weather conditions, and turf types, not national generic products that are insufficient and ineffective. Let the experts at Green Envy help you choose the best treatment program for your lawn this season. Phone lines are open 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 9 to 1 to take your calls and answer questions. Call Green Envy today at 636-757-1600 or visit greenenvylawns.com and make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. This is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net. The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
It's golf season, and that means it's time to start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be. Shop the odds on the app for every tournament. Circa Sports has high betting limits, exceptional customer service, and more. Fund and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime. It's never been easier. Get your golf bets in for every tournament. Visit circasports.com today. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGMB to 833234.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
And it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now.
It's the Brown and Krupin Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
I dropped my phone.
Jackson's gonna get that dude a crack.
No, I got long limbs.
You know, long levers is what the Brits say.
Slats.
Get out of our land. Is this passive aggressive, Plow?
No, I don't know why I picked. I wanted to do the "Tell Me Sweet Little Lies."
Yeah, this is my walk-up song.
But I thought this is good.
Didn't it used to be Amadeus? Wasn't that your song?
Oh yeah, that's right.
We haven't played that in a hot minute. That one good.
Let's see what we got here. Welcome into TMA 8 o'clock hour. Terry Krupin and Talking Sibians. Terry Krupin Talking Sibians.
Unbelievable. When you said that, I was like, oh, we're going to have to explain Sibians to the title sponsor, but he knew.
I got the sense that he was up for anything. Anybody who comes in and goes, give me your hate mail, and I'm just like, all right, then I can go
I love Terry Krupin.
with this. So that was outstanding. It was good entertainment. Let's see what we got. We welcome you to text in. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, text inbox 314-881-TMA5. Call in. Collier and Thompson phone line 636-9004. TMA and email in. For our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, my name is Tim McKernan. That's Jackson Burkett, as Doug Vaughn is vacationing in the Hamptons. Directly across from me is Darren Atkins. And Iggy has decided to leave the show. He will no longer be on the program, but it was a great time. And KG in O-Town, are you in the Fox C6? He might be gone himself. He had to bolt?
Yeah.
All right. Just the three of us.
Yeah.
Just the three of us. Nice, I like that.
Ski bopping.
Yeah, you are a little. Wow, Terry's an incredible guest. Everyone from the Brown and Krupin team has been a delight. That's from the 636. Let's see what we got. Talk about Morning Wood, gentlemen. This guy is giving it to me. That's Mac. Oh, it's from Flocky the Smurf. Mac Miller for life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great.
Can we talk about the pedophiliac in the YouTube chat? I haven't had a chance to take a look at that. Is that
That's a great topic.
We got I don't see anything. I see Jake Reynolds. Hope Jackie can find his address and contact the authorities. What is going on?
What?
Well, what's going on?
It's-
Were you aware of something where you're looking for an address?
No, I don't think it's all that. I don't know if it's all about that. I don't know. I have no idea what the situation would be, but I don't think
Jackie, I assume that's you.
that would be me. Yeah.
Can find his address and contact the authorities.
I don't know how one does that through a YouTube channel. I hope not. Then I'll delete all YouTube accounts if you can just find someone's address.
Well, I'm a little late for the break because I was out having a nice chat with Mr. Krupin.
Oh, yeah?
What a great man he is. Well, he was asking me questions I couldn't ask. How do I find this on HD2? I said, we're both old. I'm trying to explain it to him, and he says, now, Andy sent me an app. How does that work? And I said, you got to do this. He's funny.
He's a great guy.
He is.
Great guy. I enjoyed that conversation. More napkin sleeve stroke. What's napkin sleeve stroke?
This.
Oh, okay.
Take a drink, wipe my mouth. Sorry.
It's for Mr. 63011. He's got a fast golf cart.
Boy, howdy.
Sit in the Virgin's work hovel office. You're late! That's from Mr. 63011.
I was talking to Mr. Krupin.
I like that you're calling him Mr. Krupin.
He deserves it.
Mr. DeWitt, Mr. Stillman.
Mr. Tim.
Mr. Palmer.
Mr. Tim.
I always called him. Whenever I saw Arnold,
Chairman
I always called him
Ridley.
Mr. Palmer.
Chairman Ridley.
Yeah, these formal titles. There's always the best feeling when you would call your friend's parent. You'd always call him Mr. or last name, and they'd be like, "Hey, call me Bill."
Yeah, nobody
What's
does
his
that
name?
anymore. People younger than me should say Mr. Strode.
I always start.
People
with
start texting in Mr.
I want you to
Strode.
start all calling me Mr. Strode.
I always start with that, and then I heard Conan O'Brien talking about that, where he said, he was always Mr. O'Brien, and he would tell his kids, to call him Conan, and then the first time he heard them call him Conan, he was like, I wanted to rip their souls out of their body. So he's like, you say it to be nice, but in reality, Mr. O'Brien will do.
When I had Bill DeWitt, the chairman, on my podcast,
I remember this.
I specifically asked him, and I got the sense that he really meant it. He goes, I really don't. He calls, call me Bill.
Yeah, he was kind of scolding you.
Yeah, I don't need that. And it is an odd thing when, like, as a grown man, you're calling another just because he owns a team. I mean, what a strange thing.
I always think it's weird when you have to call if someone coached for 20 years, like even after the fact, you have to call him coach. Like I remember Jason Garrett had that thing at the press conference, and they're like, "Hey, Jason," he's like, "Back where I come from, we call coaches coach."
That was an odd thing,
I'm
especially for a guy who didn't exactly have a great run.
Like people who have formal titles, like earned it for like a long time. Like I love coaches and I respect their work, but like a doctor and a coach are not the same. Call me crazy.
No, I think that's a hot take, but I think it's a well-founded one. Hey, if you are in the market for Invisalign, we would like to talk about what's going on with 100 West Dental. Just got on board with TMA, and if you mention my name when you go to 100westdental.com, that's 100westdental.com, you get $1,000 off Invisalign. 636-585-0100 is the number. And on top of it, with this huge offer of getting $1,000 off at 100 West Dental on Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with the procedure. It's 100 West Dental, new sponsor of TMA. They've built a brand new office with the most modern technology with the patient experience front of mind. One of the very few dental offices that offer virtual consultations with the doctor. If you're in the market, it's 100 West Dental. No insurance, no problem. The membership plan aids and the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. It's 100westdental.com. Mention my name, get $1,000 off Invisalign at 100 West Dental. Jackson, tell me about Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, and do it now. Yeah.
Mr. Hanna.
Nice.
You call him Mr. Hanna.
That's good.
You know what he'll do is he'll tell you, call me Mark, because that's the kind of guy he is. He's very, like, you have a conversation with him, you'll end up talking about finances eventually, but you end up talking a lot about life. And what you find when you work with Mark Hanna is that the balance of life and happiness and money, they just go hand in hand. And Mark Hanna understands that super well. He communicates with his clients so effectively. That's why I love working with Mark Hanna. There's plenty of people, Mark will tell you, Tim's talked about it before, Mark will tell you, just work with somebody. Like, you got to work with somebody. It really can help you out, even if it's not Mark Hanna. I suggest working with Mark Hanna because when you get on the phone with him, you can tell the difference immediately. He has a ton of financial wisdom, but the way he communicates effectively with his client, sets him apart in my estimation. I know if I get on the phone with Mark Hanna with any sort of issue, he can help me through it. And I love having that in my corner. If you don't have a plan, if you're just kind of flying through it, figure it out as you go. Not a great plan. A great plan is working with Mark Hanna. I love working with him. I really think you'll love working with him.
There it is. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503. Or go online at evergreenstl.com. That Peter Rep has just sent me the first Sound Story Life documentary clip. And I got to tell you something. It looks outstanding.
Yeah, that set you were on yesterday.
Take a gander.
Really good. Yeah,
wow. He built out a set, and it's a 2-shot, and then all the images. This guy.
It's like a Ken Burns documentary.
I mean, it looks incredible.
Wow.
And this gentleman I'm interviewing, from this clip, I interviewed 2 people yesterday. He served in Vietnam. He was a St. Louis County police officer who was shot, nearly died in 1972.
Oh, wow.
And received the Medal of Valor, second St. Louis County police officer to ever receive it. And we had our first near-death experience story.
Oh, man.
And unbelievable. I mean, you see these things, you hear about these things, but I've never talked with somebody who actually had the experience. So what we are now doing with Sound Story, it's perfect for Mother's Day as a gift certificate, mysoundstory.com. But we now include video. We're going to either get a studio or begin the process of building one out for Sound Story for a backdrop, and then now we include videos and images, both ones that you might have on your phone from the last however many years you've had phone images and videos, but also we digitize the old pictures and videos as well to cover it. Like Jackson said, it kind of looks like a Ken Burns documentary. That's overstating it, certainly, but the caliber of the product has been ratcheted up. And imagine everybody in your family having essentially a documentary of their life that you can show your children, their children, and so on and so forth. It's mysoundstory.com. Really excited about this new product, and we did our first versions of it yesterday, and we had I guess I mentioned it on TMA in my podcast about how we wanted a few candidates for it, and we have begun the process of doing that. We have one more that we will be doing, and you will be able to see those on social media. mysoundstory.com. Iggy, the doggies got a win. They didn't cover the team total over, so I need to Venmo my guy, my debt, after producer Joe loved the over of 1.5. But here is the one goal. Here is their play-by-play man, Joey Zanaboni, with the call of João Klaus's goal Sunday against Austin.
Thomas still serving, top of the 18 now, down the right side of the ground to Opsin, and it is! João Klaus! City leads!
What is that? Getty Lee.
City leads.
Flick to the back stick! Klaus is first from the run of play this season, his second overall! They love him here in St. Louis!
With a cue card. Oh, he didn't do anything.
I couldn't find
How do you
one.
like the call?
I didn't understand what he said.
Well, you thought he said Getty Lee, but he said City Lee.
He said Getty Lee.
Getty Lee? Like Getty Images?
Yeah,
Geddy
his
Lee
cousin.
from Rush. I thought there was a Geddy Lee reference going to come up. Like a Rush concert on acid.
I would join you in criticism if he said Getty Lee after a Joel Klaus goal.
That's what I thought he
Getty
said.
Lee.
I think City Lee, that's kind of his catchphrase now. Anytime City takes the lead, he does the big City leads.
Oh, City leads.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was not saying Getty.
You let that one really play, too.
I thought he was trying to find a cue card and just let it go, but he didn't say anything, so I guess he couldn't find the cards. There was,
What'd you think about the STL chant you heard there?
I didn't hear it. I saw that was in the audio notes.
The very last 5 seconds of it, you can hear it.
Oh, okay.
don't know what they're saying either.
I thought the chant that they were trying to get going but didn't a couple weeks ago was "I'm from the Lou and I'm proud." Republic, you have the audio.
Yeah, I'm getting it now.
I'm from the Lou and I'm proud.
That's what I was listening for.
I'm from the Lou
I like how this clip is 30 seconds, and it only really needs to be 5 seconds because it's just that, like,
banging the drum.
Banging the drum.
They should start a trend. Get a different person out there, a different former soccer player, Daryl Duran, some other people get out there and pound that drum and have everybody say, I'm from the Loot and I'm proud.
Nice.
And if you do it, I want credit. And I do want to apologize to the PGA Tour Twitter account. A listener, I didn't mind. He pointed out how different our pictures were when I said the picture I put up on Twitter.
Sorry, is this a screenshot bandit?
I'm looking at you through a little hole here.
Peeping Toms.
I said they stole my picture. But he pointed out, if you look at the two pictures, one, Tiger's legs are crossed, and the PGA's it's not. A different angle. On mine, he's looking sideways. On their picture, he's looking straight ahead. So it obviously wasn't my picture. So thank you for pointing that out. So I apologize.
This is the apology portion of the program. Snagglepuss sends an apology to Jackson. Jackson, I want to apologize for my 710 text. I am an a-hole, but didn't mean to be on the text. I tend to be direct, and it came off wrong. Love the show. Jackson has just responded, just popped up. All good, my friend. It's all love.
Yeah.
What was the text?
He was the one who said, why can't you put more Swopes picks in the skeleton?
I see.
And you know what? It takes a bigger person to recognize that they were wrong and then apologize for it.
So you're a Snagglepuss guy through and through.
Well, I think taking accountability is important. And when you feel that you've acted poorly and you apologize for it, that's commendable. So shout out to Snagglepuss.
No, what it takes is once you call them out, then they apologize and say, I was kidding.
Iggy might be a little right.
Yeah, but it yields the same result. So
is that Freddie Mercury shirt?
This is a Ted Lasso hoodie. Geddy Lee and Freddie Mercury getting a lot of play.
You look like Freddie Mercury there.
A mustache, so I can understand the mistake. But no, this is Ted Lasso. Be curious, not judgmental.
I did not have an apology to the PGA Tour app on my bingo card this morning. That's some big tuft.
Iggy, same way. He recognized that he was incorrect, and he issued an apology. It's taking accountability.
It's an apology segment.
People think that I'm going to get mad at that guy for tweeting that. No, he did it very nicely. He goes, Iggy, if you look at these two images. I said, yeah, you're right. I didn't even look at both closely, but now that you point that out, yeah, you're right. Not the same picture, so I was wrong, and I apologize. I was kind of half kidding when I was calling out the PGA. It's not like they're looking at my Twitter account and finding a picture.
You never know.
Old Appleton stepdad says, nobody was wondering why you were late. We just expect the insubordination by now. That's from the old Appleton stepdad. Country Time Lemonade down there in Old Appleton on the front porch. Beautiful morning.
Well, sit on your porch and write me up.
Why can't you guys just bend me over and give it to me, bum bum? That's from Jackson's opponent in the Jennings Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship, Mr. Siders.
What, you got Cletus on your hands on that match?
You better focus on your game.
I haven't talked to her in a while.
Who was that again?
Fred from Hedonism, right?
Susan, yeah.
Susan.
Of course.
Names.
Not Hedo, I'm sorry.
There was a report by what supposedly was a credible outlet yesterday, Plowhawk. I couldn't wait to talk about this with you.
Oh, I did see, yeah.
You know where I'm going?
I think so, yeah. Liv?
Rory.
Yeah.
But that is according to Rory McIlroy's manager, Sean O'Flaherty. Zero truth that Rory McIlroy is potentially close to signing with Liv Golf for $850 million.
The only thing that shocked me was why it was so much money. Is that what it's going to take to get Rory?
Well, that's what it took to get Rahm.
Rahm got 300.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, Rahm got 350.
I thought he got like 750,000.
No,
70,000.
I mean, 750
I think that's what I'd guess.
750 million.
No, I think Rahm got
Chase Koepka got more than that.
350 million. To me, he hasn't won a major in almost 10 years. I don't know how relevant McIlroy is. He is outside of the game, but he's still a top 10 golfer.
I also have to say that you type it in on John Rahm and you get a wide delta of what he actually got. For the record, I mean, I've got 500 million. I've got
77.
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, that's his career earnings. At least 300 million is what I bring from golf.com.
But here's the thing. I got to be honest with you. If Rory were to do that, I wouldn't blame him at all.
Smart move.
I mean, it's because he was their guy. He was doing all of the dirty work as far as on behalf of the tour. Dirty work isn't the right word. But he was the face of the tour for Jay Monahan, And then he gets a call. He was one of the few people who found out before June 6th about that famous announcement. And I think he had to feel like he got stabbed in the back so hard. I mean...
He said that basically on Full Swing, too. He said, I feel like I was betrayed.
Yeah, I totally wouldn't blame him. I'm sure that's why Rahm did it as well. I mean, in addition to the money. So,
if Rory does it, he might do it not just for the money, but I think he would know. He's probably the last straw before a merger probably has to happen. You know what I mean? Then you see the domino effect of maybe Vic Hovland, Morikawa going. And so maybe Rory just does it to maybe try to salvage the tour. I thought that's why John Rahm did it as well. You could tell in some of the things he talked about Liv wanting to go to 4 rounds, and I think he thought right when he joined that there would be talks of merging.
Well,
they haven't gotten to that point yet.
It depends how much winning the Grand Slam means to him, because he hasn't won a major in 10 years. So he's no longer exempt into the majors because of winning a major 10 years ago. He's exempt because he's in the top 50 in the World Golf Rankings every year. You go over to Liv, and within 3 years, you're out of the top 50. You're no longer going to be able to play in the majors unless something happens. So I think unless they change something, if he knew something was going to change, that we're going to get World Golf Ranking points, then he probably would leave because he can still do what he wants to do. But I think winning the Masters is huge to him, and he wants to win the Grand Slam.
I get it, but I don't see a Masters victory coming, and he just has a tough time at Augusta.
He hasn't won a major in 10 years.
Yeah,
That's hard
I'm
to
just saying
believe.
the Masters has been a real struggle. I'm not saying he's not going to win another major in a career. If you go to Liv, yeah, you lessen that chance. But
in the words of Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, everyone has a price. I don't blame him at all, but he's still a sniffling little bitch. That's from Flocky the Smurf.
No, he's not.
I'm not a big fan.
The guy speaks his mind, and I like Roy.
What don't you like specifically about him, Plowhawk?
Just strictly because of the Liv situation. I thought how he handled it. And again, I don't know behind the scenes if Jay Monahan wanted him to be kind of the face of this anti-Liv movement, but I think he put his foot in his mouth a little too early and went to the worst, most extreme case scenario, thinking they were just going to win and nobody was going to care about Liv. They weren't going to get all the players that they've gotten. I think they thought that PGA Tour was bulletproof, and I thought Jay Monahan thought the same thing.
But I think almost now granted, he's probably up there more than some of the other players, but almost every player they talked to said that.
Oh, Rory is more petty. Oh, come on, man. You watch
Rory was definitely more...
Look at the full
because
swings.
of who he is.
Right.
But the other players they talked to said basically the same thing, but nobody's paying attention
But he
to those players.
he carried the torch, and then he got. I feel like that as a guy. There's a scene. I'm going to take you back to Jackson. Was it 1995? Braveheart, Best Picture. Has anybody checked with my notes?
I love that. Love that movie.
There was a look on one of Jackson's favorite actors, Mel Gibson's face, and he thought he had done a deal with the Noble. I hope this isn't a spoiler if you haven't seen it yet. He thought he had done a deal with the Nobles, and he knocks the face mask, the shield of the Noble in a battle, and the Noble who he thought he did the deal with betrayed him and was working with the English. And Mel Gibson, Braveheart, William Wallace, to you, Roger, who had been fighting all of his life in this picture, at that moment, not necessarily the wound, because he'd been knocked off his horse, he was fine. He laid down in a look of disbelief. And it was the betrayal that ended him, not the actual fight. And when I think of Rory McIlroy on whether it was June 5th or June 6th when he found out about that whole thing, I picture Jackson's favorite actor, Mel Gibson, as he looks in Braveheart going, I put myself out here for this cause, and you have just absolutely betrayed me. I'm gutted. That's how I feel about that. And I could be wrong. But that's my analysis.
No, you're right. But he was basically the face of golf. I mean, Tiger wasn't talking a lot. He wasn't playing a lot. But I'm sure he had a lot to say behind closed doors. But when you're the face of the PGA now and you take this on your mantle basically because Jay Monahan asked you to, while there's a lot of other players, even prominent players back in the day like Freddie Couples trashing Liv every chance he got, players on the tour trashing it. Oh, it's awful. It's not going to be around much longer. But when Rory says it, it gets more notice because of who he is. So it's not like he was the only one that felt like this tour was going to crash after a year.
Oh, I'm with you. I just think the first half of the first season of Full Swing gives you kind of an idea of why I'm not a fan of Rory. It's not like I loved him or hated him prior to the formation of Live. I just thought he's very prissy and thinks highly of himself and the tour that he lived and died on the things he said. Now, I'm not saying you can't, apologize and ask for forgiveness because he was wrong, and I understand that completely. And I know he has apologized about some of the things he'd done and following Jay Monahan. However, you still got to die on that sword, and that's all I remember from Rory is the full swing of just him. He wouldn't let it go. He was the one that kept stirring the pot with the F. Mickelson and taking shots.
Well, I
think
it's important to note that one of the core issues I think that guys had, and Rory being one of them, it's one thing to leave, God bless, but then when you're suing the tour, that's where he had the core issue, and I think he feels like he was used, and I think he was used, and so in a way, I kind of would love it if he did go. Because this is what you get. You break your word, man.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I live. You do that, it's just like I'm good with it at that point. You F me, I'm gonna come back, and then that's how I think he felt. So, at this point, I would kind of like it if he did, in a way. I mean, from like the vengeful side, then that's the way that it's got to go down. By the way, here's Scott Van Pelt talking about what his perspective is on the future of Tiger Woods. He was on this one is actually real. Jackson's favorite athlete, right? Chris Long.
Yes. Yep.
His podcast, Green Light.
How about Tiger Woods, man? Like, what do you think Tiger Woods at 60 is doing? He seems like a guy who cannot stop competing on some level.
At some point, that day will arrive, and it'll suck for everybody when it does, because he was the tide that lifted every boat in the sport, including mine. I don't have the career I have if he didn't come along when he did. I'll say this, for years, he chased Jack, and Nicklaus won 18 majors, and that's what he had to do. And then you reach a point where your body says, all right, that may not happen. You're going to need to be good with that. But when he won the last one, which was 19, and then he gets to hug his kids in the same spot where he hugged his parents when he won the first one, it's pretty symbolic in an obvious way, right? But I think he's probably cool with it. If you asked him right now, is he cool with it? He'd say, no, I'm going to play. I'm going to win. I get it. But honest with yourself, you good with it? How could you not be?
Good with, I didn't follow. Good with what? Good with being done?
Good with the career, the accomplishments.
Yeah.
Did he answer what he's going to do at 60?
Probably dominate the Champion Tour. I feel bad for Tiger in a sense because he doesn't put all this hype on himself, but he can't just come into a tournament and ease himself in there and not be the face of the entire tournament, have cameras all over you. I'd like to see him where he just doesn't have this huge amounts of pressure, all the cameras, all these patrons around him. I still think he got a lot in the tank when you watch him. He looked terrible.
I don't think anyone puts more pressure on him than him himself.
Yeah, I think that's a problem, especially at that old age.
But to be that competitive, to be that good, to do what he has done, you have to be that kind of competitive psycho in a way. Kobe, Jordan, Tom Brady, these guys all go way deep in their career, or they go to crazy extents to amp themselves up and put pressure on themselves because they know that's what they have to do to succeed.
I don't really think he'll play that many Champions Tour events. He might play the majors. I can't see him going out there and playing a tournament down in Naples.
I don't. Yeah, Wellington last week said he thought he was going to play Champions Tour. I just don't. I mean, I guess he'll play some. I don't know. Maybe I'm off the mark. I really don't see that.
Once Charlie hits amateur status and probably college, you would assume that he could be Matt Holliday style, to where he's probably going to be more focused on the kid.
No, I think he will spend more time with his kids. Of course, they're getting older now. I think he'll do a lot more designing. He'll spend a lot of time designing more courses.
Yeah.
Just so he's still in the game and things like that. But I can't see him playing against 50, 60-year-old dudes.
Him and Bernard Longer just
banging it out. Hey, Tim, question for the dais that I came across on TikTok yesterday. Do you think if the Masters field played their normal tees and you started each hole on the green, but from the furthest possible point from the cup, would you win? Keep in mind, these are putts longer than that scam chipping contest Ken did in Normandy. And it wouldn't be impossible to putt off the green and into a hazard on some holes. That's from Beer Cats.
Ooh, I think there'd be a couple holes where you would, like, the 3 green is stupid.
Well, who are you saying who you're going to beat? I mean, the worst you would shoot, if you 4-putted every green, you'd shoot par.
But there's a possibility of more than 4-putting.
No.
If you fall off the green, if you go off the green,
I don't. Okay, that's if you 4-putt. You're going to 2-putt some greens too. You may make one. That's if you average 4 putts per green, you would shoot par.
I think be in trouble.
So what was the question? You would beat who?
The Masters field, the field. If
the entire field?
If they're playing for the normal
So
teams.
the winning score was 11 under.
So you'd have to
and
do
by the way, Scotty Scheffler beat the entire field by 7 shots minus Ludwig?
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But either way, so 11 under is what we got to get out of there, Iggy. Yeah, I do think I do, but I don't think that's like a brag. I think it's kind of math. I think it's kind of math.
Yeah, let's just say you average.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, you 4-putt some greens, you 2-putt some greens. On the average, you 3-putt some greens.
The one that I saw, I think it was also on TikTok, was if you started 100 yards out on each hole, and then the field plays their normal tees.
Oh, I lose by 30.
It's different. That's
I lose by 30
because
strokes.
I'm not going to be on, a healthy percentage.
And you need the spin on those greens are so
firm.
Like
That's what the issue was this past weekend.
Oh, I'd top one and it'd roll 50 yard past the hole, and then I would chunk one over. Like it would be
You'd have
bad.
a short-sided bunker shot.
I would get on the green in like 5 or 6 and go. Whew.
You had some issues at Belle Reve in the sand. At one point.
The sand. Yeah, that. Not to
It was a
mention
deep
the
pot
bunkers.
bunker.
And Bearcats,
Deep
someone
one.
put you 40 yards out at Normandy on 18. I guarantee you wouldn't get 9 out of 10.
Bearcats, the action's on you.
I don't know if we want to
Call it
get
636.
Normandy. I don't know if they could accommodate that right now.
for TMA. Mentality can accommodate you if you are dealing with feeling sluggish, feeling fatigued. Maybe you're not necessarily in a spot where you were just a few years ago. Those can be symptoms of low testosterone. So go online at lowtusa.com. Check out Mentality today at lowtusa.com. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. Even if you've tried testosterone before, not everyone understands the blood chemistry in men's bodies. Mentality can help. The normal range for testosterone is large, and if you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at, come get checked with Mentality at lowtusa.com. That's Mentality at lowtusa.com. If you're injured in a car accident and you need an attorney, you need the best one you can find. If any of my family or friends are ever injured in an accident, I want them to call Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo at Longo Biggs Injury Law. For nearly 10 years, Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo have been recognized as the top 40 under 40 personal injury lawyers by Super Lawyers, the National Academy of Personal Injury Attorneys, and the National Trial Lawyers Association. Go online at longobiggs.com, LONGOBIGGS.com. They are not the churn and burn type of law firm. With Doug and CD, you won't be just another file lost in the shuffle. As a matter of fact, you're going to be working with them personally. You will talk with them personally. They'll get to know you, and you'll get to know them. Go online at longobiggs.com. Doug and CD are local, friendly, professional. Most importantly, excellent personal injury lawyers. They're listeners of TMA as well. They're online at longobiggs.com. Remember, the choice of an attorney is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. We'll close out the 8 o'clock hour, come back with the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour. This is TMA presented to you by Brown and Krupin.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If
If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
It's golf season, and that means it's time to start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be. Shop the odds on the app for every tournament. Circa Sports has high betting limits, exceptional customer service, and more. Fund and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime. It's never been easier. Get your golf bets in for every tournament. Visit circasports.com today. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGMB to 833234.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
In business since the 50s, Collier and Thompson are known for kitchen and bathroom remodels. But they do so much more. If it's an interior remodeling job, Collier and Thompson can probably help. Basements, wine rooms, man caves, bars, accent rooms, fireplace walls, office, you name it. No need to visit 5 to 10 showrooms when Collier & Thompson provides all your needs in their showroom on Manchester Road in Baldwin. Come home to quality with Collier & Thompson. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't. For ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Hi, this is Chris Ponda from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who just celebrated 10 years of sobriety, I am proud to be a part of a place that can provide an amazing opportunity for growth and freedom from active addiction. If you or a family member are battling addiction, there is hope. You are worth recovery. The incredible team of highly trained professionals at Illinois Recovery Center will provide the care and support that you need. A new beginning is ready for you at IRC in Swansea, Illinois. Start your journey now at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. I'm gay. Now.
It's the Brown and Krupin Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Jackson, you wanted my walk-up music. This is it.
It's been years
Falco.
since I feel like.
Yeah, Falco.
Amadeus won Best Picture as well.
Welcome back. It's TMA presented to you by Brown and Krupin. Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour. Schaefer Door Company, sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour here on TMA, which will also, of course, include the Design Air Heating and Cooling email the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Schaefer Door Company is online at SchaeferDoorCompany.com, SCHAEFER door.com. Call or text a number they set up specifically for you, the audience member, 636 782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs. That garage door spring breaks. It's brutal. It's miserable. Plus, I was talking with the owner about my situation. My garage door is loud as the day is long. I feel like it's a little slow and loud. It drives me up the wall. I might have to do business with them. I don't know what we're going to do. They service commercial doors as well. If you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. It's Schaefer Door Company. The business has multiple multi-family members working there. Shows a lot of stability and a great place to work. It's big enough to get any job done, but small enough to talk with a person who can have an important emergency need. And their service techs are not commission-based. They're going to go out there, they're going to fix it, and that's that. Go to SchaeferDoorCompany.com, SchaeferDoor.com, SchaeferDoor.com, SCHAEFER door.com, or call or text 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door is a Clopay Master authorized dealer. It's Schaefer Door Company, sponsor of our 9 o'clock hour here on TMA. And Jackson, tell me about your hair and why it's so thick and lush.
That's thanks to our friends over at St. Louis Hair Restoration. If you're looking in the mirror today, maybe tomorrow, maybe yesterday, and you say, man, hairline's starting to move back a little bit, the crown of my head's thinning, I'm just not as confident as I am with my hair as I once was, you go into St. Louis Hair Restoration there, kind of near Baldwin-ish. You could get off 270 right there near Baldwin. It's super easy, super convenient location there. And you walk in, they'll give you a free hair consultation. And then when you mention TMA, it's $250 off of a hair treatment, much like Doug's FUE procedure, or it might be a little less invasive like mine, which is just finasteride every morning, and then a laser cap that I wear for 6 minutes a night. Super, super easy to do, and you're going to feel better about your hair situation. Get your confidence back. Go check out our friends at St. Louis Hair Restoration.
There it is, St. Louis Hair Restoration, wonderful sponsor here on TMA. Iggy, they're not happy that you weren't back.
Oh, God. Well, I heard the music playing, and I went in the kitchen.
Go, rock me, Amadeus, Amadeus.
And you started a live spot. I said, well,
Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus.
I'll say hi to somebody and come back in.
Who would you say hi to?
I was talking to Courtney.
What's she got going?
We were talking about Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and there's no jazz musicians anymore. Stones are playing, Foo Fighters are playing. I'm like, why do they call it a Jazz Fest? There's no jazz.
It's a fair observation.
Great lineup. No jazz. Oh, Samantha Fish is playing, but she's not really jazz anymore.
Not to be confused with Amanda.
Amanda Fish, yeah.
See the Clipper gave everybody free concessions over the last game at the...
Was that the Boban free throw that they missed for the free chicken?
No, this is just the last game, I think, at the Clippers' old arena.
Well, yeah, crypto.
And Ballmer bought everyone, or paid all the concessions for the entire night, including beverages.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that pretty cool? An owner that cares?
He sweats a lot. He's a big sweater, that's Steve Ballmer.
I just thought that was a fun little story.
I wonder if Live Nation has even tried to get the Foo Fighters to Busch Stadium.
Well, you are hopping mad about this Foo Fighters thing.
I thought they were coming last year. I had heard rumblings that they're going to announce St. Louis, and they didn't. I mean, you can take one or two country acts to play Busch and bring in Foo Fighters.
You're mad about the country acts?
No, not at all. I don't want Jesse to get mad at me.
Jesse Kiowski.
Who is the promotions director for us, but also for WAL. She has a lot to do with the country acts that come in and promoting it. I'm just not a country guy, but you would think they could find one date to bring the Foo Fighters to Busch.
No, this city, there's so much going on.
No, I love my guys at Live Nation. They do a great job.
But just not in this particular
Maybe it's not that. Maybe they've tried and the dates don't work for Busch Stadium. Maybe it's a tractor pull or something.
Well, the tractor pull now at the new tractor pull at the Cardinal games, those are like more miserable than any tractor pull or any motocross event that the Dome has ever put on.
Those motocross and tractor pulls and truck things with Bigfoot, they draw like 40,000 people.
Yeah, it's perfect for the city, and it's absolutely perfect for the Dome.
I don't know how many tractor pulls are going down at Busch Stadium. I think that would damage the field.
Yeah,
Well,
those are more like the.
Those are more the dome, but
We have a Fulton County Fair that does that.
A tractor pull?
Oh, and it
So
gets,
is that just a human being or a group of humans trying to pull a tractor, or is it a tractor
through
pulling
like
something
you have
else?
to. First of all, you get the water truck out there, and you got to hose down that dirt to make it mud. The first step.
I'm trying to
You
get
got a Ford
Cletus.
tractor through it.
Trying to get Cletus to sign up for this foursome. I think it'd be fun. I think TMA should do it. I was talking to Jesse about it, and it'd be a lot of logistics involved.
Right up your alley.
But
Sounds like right up our alley.
since we're not doing a dotem, I said, why don't we do this like a putt-putt tournament? We get one of these putt-putt courses, there's a few good ones here. Just have a putt-putt tournament. Have the course for the day, have 4 people play in a foursome, and then just have 18 holes. But they're doing one, I think, in conjunction with Busch Stadium. They're putting a putt-putt course, and they got foursomes playing a putt-putt tournament. That'd be fun.
Through a hole with you got to hit it through a bow tie.
Yeah, just Jamo's, hit it through Jamo Zalek's mouth.
Got a
Dodge
clown
incoming
nose on
outfielders.
it. I do love me some mini golf. Because it said I'm terrible at putting, and I'll go back to that Masters thing. Could you beat 11 under by just putting?
If I had a caddy, that would change a lot of things.
So
if
the
I had someone
theory-
to help me read the greens, because that's what I'm like. There'd be like 2 ridges and 10 feet of break on some of these putts, and the speed. Like I would need a really good caddy.
Tommy Fleetwood had a local caddy.
Did he?
This week and finished tied for 3rd.
Who won $100,000?
KG in O-Town says I am not planning this.
No, you have nothing to do with it.
This is your baby.
So you're going to put this together?
Well, I mean, I need help. But Jesse made some good points. We were talking about the logistics and what it would cost. And
What help?
well, we'd have to pay to get the putt-putt course for the day. I mean, if we're going to play, you can't play back-to-back 18 foursomes. It takes forever.
I want you to go to Putt Shack today. Go talk to the manager, probably 19, and explain this idea.
They got 4 courses.
Because you know what the kid who just kind of in between jobs,
What
kind
are
of
you-
running the thing.
What are you looking at, old man? You gonna want some hot dogs with that?
So you're
thing?
looking to bring what 75 people?
I think
here?
we turn into a documentary, the creation of the world's greatest putt. You're like Bobby Jones on the South Georgia grounds.
So we're gonna heat her right outside.
Yeah,
Just
it'd be
waiting
your
to go.
creation of the Ken Strode putt classic.
I think it'd be fun.
I actually like the idea. I love putt. I don't
Make
want
it
to do
run.
anything to do it. Get it together.
Halfback draw. All yours, baby.
No, if we thought we could do something like that and Jesse thought it was worthwhile, I'd sit down with Jesse and I'd help her do it. But she brought up some good points. I mean, she's our promotions director. She knows more than I do.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So it's not happening then. That's from KG in O-Town.
Well, again, you had nothing to do with this thing happening. You just happened to pull some ping pong balls out of your ass and, hey, look, I'm playing. Iggy's got the winner of us. Oh, how'd that work? Hey, Sean, they're going to be sending you money.
Yeah, I'm no insider, but something tells me a putt-putt tournament wouldn't really sell. Try again, sailboat pants?
Oh, wow.
Sailboat pants. He's not Jason Day.
Look, I don't have my Jason Day balloon pants on.
Mast.
Sailboat pants.
That's why I didn't wear them the second day. It'd have blown away. It may not happen. So what? At least I tried. I came up
I
with
would
an
say
idea.
this is definitely a good idea.
What would you like to see us do? How about a pickleball tournament?
I like this idea. Let's get the listeners. Put your money where your mouth is. You guys create events, and we'll go attend them.
That's what the listeners are create the event.
Oh,
Or
Jesse,
show up. You have
Jesse's
to do all the
cringing hearing that.
logistics.
Speaking of near-death experiences, I had one whilst leaving a mic drop yesterday.
Yeah, boy,
Also, I fell asleep whilst driving and listening to this putt-putt tournament idea. That's from Chairman Stephen Wild.
Yeah.
Gotta be alert on the roads.
That's just you telling us you did another mic drop. Let everybody know you got one coming. Sure, they're awesome. Same thing every day.
They're good. I do enjoy them.
I'm tired of your text.
Putt-putt, I'm out. Sex party, I'm in. That's
All
from the total package. How about that, Iggy?
Logistics-wise, this seems much easier.
Yeah. I was thinking last night, I was thinking patio again last night, because I was sitting on my patio. In this new apartment, I'm facing the parking lot. And I can't even relax. I don't know what it is with my neighbors.
'Cause the
I
asphalt?
don't know what it is with my neighbors. They park and they won't get out of their car. They sit in their car for 10 minutes, and the light's shining right in my eyes on the patio. My neighbor comes home. He takes the spot right in front of my patio, and he sees me sitting there.
Turn the car off and get out. Right in my eyes. I can't ever relax on this patio.
Maybe they're on a Bluetooth phone
Can
call.
you imagine if I have people over there having a cocktail? Here come these cars parking, just flash the lights right in your eyes, and they won't get out of their car with the stereo turned on. I mean, I can't relax out there anymore. I can't win in this place.
My car has those automatic lights that like stay on for like a couple minutes after
his
you
does
get
too.
out. And people are always like, your lights are on. I was like, no, they'll turn off.
Yeah, his does too, but you don't turn them off right away. He sits in his car, and I'm like, you see me sitting here, and you see my hand like this, blocking your lights. He just sits there.
I'm always nervous messing with my lights because if I do and then I get in the car at night and I forget to turn my lights on, it's just, I'm free meat for the police.
My Mug&S car tells me my lights are on.
Right, yeah. My car does the same thing. But like if I turn them off auto, that's what I'm saying. Like in heavy rain.
It tells me everything. It tells me when my window's cracked a little bit, it's not all the way up.
It's about like my 04 CRV. It makes me earn driving.
Yeah, you got
I have to
analog.
earn getting here.
tells me how much gas when I'm...
You got shaking like a time machine.
You've got 6 miles to empty. You've got 5 miles to empty. You've got 3 miles to empty. Go get gas now.
I just like the the only feature I care about in a new vehicle, if I ever do get one, is the charging pad. Because mine doesn't, my charging port doesn't work, so all I can use are the pads.
Oh, really?
And having that and like those Acura MDXs, TLXs.
You need a new phone, brother.
Yeah, I like
no
to
charging port is brutal. You can't use your phone, but you can't use your phone if it's charging.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. You can't simultaneously spank and charge at the same time. It is a tough battle.
Well, we look forward
prepare in
to
advance for those situations.
We look forward to seeing everybody at the putt-putt tournament.
So it's on. When and where?
Classic.
Yeah, when are the dates? We talking mid-June or early July? I think celebrating America's birthday.
How about Flag Day?
Yeah, Flag Day.
Yeah, maybe August when it's 100 degrees outside. People want to be inside doing things.
Now, do you get to bring your own putter, or the stipulation that you have to use the rubber putter that they provide at the shack?
You can bring your own putter. I always brought my own putter when I played putt-putt down in Brentwood.
I'm telling you, if I see someone bring their own putter, I guess it is a competitive event.
Yeah, I always played for something, and I remember the one time there was a tournament. We were playing for a bike, a new 10-speed, and me and my good friend Jerry Welsh, me and my good friend Jerry Welsh, who lived down the street, made the finals, and he beat me on the 18th hole, and I threw my putter. And I brought my own ball.
Oh, you got to have the Pro V1s.
I'd bring my own ball because I don't like hitting those plastic balls. And then in the 18th hole, I'd have to have the guy open it up and give me my ball back.
That's nice.
Because it keeps your ball. So I said, can you unlock that? I got a crow flight in there.
I really hope that the 10-speed bike is still the prize for this
for the imaginary
Classic. Yeah, the classic.
Well, we've tried other things that have worked out. I remember Tim did the wiffle ball tournament.
Yeah, we did that a couple of years. That was fun,
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good turnout.
I came out
2
to
or
that.
3 years.
I was like 16 coming out
And
to
the
that.
winner of the tournament got to play Edmonds and Isringhausen.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great thing that is.
It was really fun.
And I remember Isringhausen comes over, and he's a balloon party guy. He'll text me. We were texting about the Masters. He put a roster together in some pool last week. And he goes, I'm honored to be a part of the biggest day of these guys' lives.
Probably true.
And the thing is, because the team that they were playing, I don't remember what the teams were made up of, 2 or 4 people. I think 4. Because I was playing with my buddies and one of my brothers. And I mean, there are guys, you can throw wiffle balls, you cut them, and they're unhittable. Mm-hmm. I mean, holy crap.
See that on TikTok.
And so you got a guy who's like, I don't know, 25 or 30, getting to strike out Jim Edmonds. And even though I know people think of Jason Isringhausen as a pitcher, he's still probably like the best hitter anybody knows. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just doesn't hit in Major League Baseball. And it was insane. But I think Isringhausen brought a ringer who was like a guy kind of like my size, but could like deal. There's a little rooster out there. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember that was like, because I had come into the station to do that little package I had in high school broadcast class, but I never like got to meet the plowboy. So I came out when I was like 16 to the wiffle ball tournament. I walked past the plowboy. I go, man, he is skinny.
Yeah, that was fun. I think me and Weezer had a team.
Yeah, stacked. That was fun. That was a cool day.
Someone trying to break into the studio.
It actually sounds like
There's-
a big gerbil.
I don't know if
Full-size
you- I
human
don't-
gerbil, just like scratching on the ceiling.
I don't know where it's coming from, but I don't know if the audience can hear it. Somebody might be trying to break into.
It's like SEAL Team 6 trying
it's from the
to
roof.
get their target.
I think I heard some.
A rope's going to drop down and the team's coming in.
I thought I heard some drilling yesterday. So
Yeah, I hear
Texters
them
finally
on
did
my
it. They've
booth
infiltrated
often.
the base.
I was hoping maybe they're working on the fountain, but
I did.
The fountain's still not going?
they're working on it. They're getting all the winterizing done.
I think they're caulking it right now.
Yeah, they done the last couple. I saw the white-haired guy last week. I said, "When's that fountain come on?" Maybe 2 weeks.
Stop it! No one, and I mean literally no one has for this putt-putt nonsense. You need a trank dart in the neck, shepherd's pie.
Damn.
Shepherd's
No, I don't think anybody asked
Some
for it.
little Tommy Tribbett.
Go fall off your bike.
Yeah, with a new 10 speed if he wins that
Scrape your
putt-putt tournament.
scrape
though.
your knee.
No, nobody asked for it. I was just coming up with an idea. You don't have to plan it if we do it.
Your mind's always percolating.
I'm always thinking of something. I mean, we can't do the Dotem, and golf related, we could do putt-putt.
Oh, God. Shepherd's pie, why?
I don't know, but I love shepherd's pie.
I do too.
I enjoy it. I'm just trying to figure out the connection. Like I understood sailboat pants. But
I understood that, too.
Last week, Tim, when you were out there, the common name was leaf pile. You were calling them leaf pile.
That made no sense either.
I think shepherd's pie and leaf pile are in the same. You kind of know it, but you don't know why you know it.
Can't find a good shepherd's pie around here.
Llewellyn's will give you a good shepherd's pea. Mm-hmm.
My little sister, before she went to Friendly Confines, worked at Liam Fitzpatrick's, and they had great shepherd's pie.
Here's an idea. Lock the Strode man in an escape room and see how long it takes for him to get out and live stream the feed on YouTube. That's from 3 or 4. Plowhawk, you nearly went to the escape room in Jupiter with Dexter Fowler, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was funny because they acted as if they were going to see like the Pope. Like it was like top secret of all.
They didn't want the media following them.
And
That
there was,
the issue.
I'm not saying who the media member was. There was somebody that did follow them.
No way.
Really?
I'll tell
I
you who it
probably
is.
remember it.
You know exactly who it is.
Text us.
They
now.
fo-
I'm really
they-
curious.
they followed him
if
and got-
I feel confident enough that I could fire a little wager
He
right
got
now.
reprimanded.
Yeah, I could give you the initials.
I'm gonna.
That's not necessarily gonna.
I'll text
That'd
you
pretty
right
much
now.
give it away, though.
I'll text the group chat.
All right. I mean, it's pretty much.
I like how Doug will get this text and have no
No, I'm not.
context
I'm
around
not.
it.
I'm not adding Doug.
I think you should.
Doug's in Anaheim, and all of a sudden he
I'll
gets
see
a
some
text with
random
a-
media member.
I'm on a roller coaster, and I get this.
Okay, I said. But yeah, that was funny because they offered me a seat, so I got in on the bus. But I was like, "This is probably not a good idea."
Yeah, that's
I didn't have a way back.
Gotta get on.
Yeah, you kind of figured. So yeah, I remember that being a big thing. That person got reprimanded for following a couple clicks back as if he's like an FBI agent.
Couple clicks.
Great. Those are fun, man. When they allowed us to do whatever we wanted there, that was insane.
You boxed out Jed Jerko. Almost caught one.
I almost got one, yeah. Almost got on the field.
He 100% stole this putt-putt idea from Barstool. Find a new angle, used rubber. That's from Ernie Bjorkman.
Barstool? When did they do a putt-putt?
They did it like last week. They had a putt.
Well, I've been talking about this for a year.
You've been talking about putt-putt courses for a while.
Iggy Plowhawk texted us the name, and then you just texted another name.
Well, that was his guess. I gave my guess.
No, I was.
It's a guess.
No, it's not a
Lousy
guess. I
answer.
knew. Yeah, that actually happened.
Oh,
That
okay.
person actually did it.
I thought you were
got
guessing.
taped
it.
away.
It's like
Jeopardy.
naming baseball writers in a text.
I
I
thought you were
love the
guessing with
guessing
it.
game, but no, that person I texted wasn't the person who got reprimanded by.
No,
by
ask
PR.
Ask Jesse. I went to Jesse. Jesse, if you're listening, Jesse, I came to you, last year, talking about a putt-putt tournament. So I didn't steal anything. I didn't steal anything from Barstool.
They're stealing it from us. It sounds like.
Yeah, if I want
Which
to
is
steal things from
annoying.
Barstool, I'd go get a dog showing its ween and, oh, Peaches.
This Peaches is a woman. This is a girl dog.
I don't know what you're
Peaches.
talking about.
Oh,
Well,
Jeff
Peaches
Portnoy
is like
with
the
his-
best thing going.
Here's my dog, Peaches. We need Scotty Scheffler. Come on, Scotty. What do you think, Peaches?
What's
That's his dog.
Dave Portnoy has a dog named Peaches.
Yeah, it has. It's an insane following that dog has.
Oh, is
too,
that
by the
right?
way.
Big. It's a pit bull, right?
Yeah, I think he does it to sponsor the adoption agency that he got it from. I think in Jersey or whatever.
And you don't like Peaches, I gather.
You're the only one in
Everything-
America that I've heard that has a problem with it. That's the only
I
one.
don't have a problem with it. He raises a lot of money for shelters and things. Good for him. But everything he does, he promotes and he
Let's sell some Peaches T-shirts. Here I am on my new yacht with peaches.
Make some money.
I tell you what, I envy the hell out of that guy because he gets to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and has a business that basically runs like clockwork.
Yeah, I'm probably jealous because he's.
I wouldn't say I'm fully jealous. I do.
I think that's
envy the
I think that's
lifestyle.
healthy self-awareness, if that's the case.
jealous.
If you want to psychoanalyze it.
Yeah,
Because Iggy,
he's no better than me.
his house in Miami is insane. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, he came up with an idea and it took off, and he ran with it, and he's made it successful. God love him. I'm just tired of all the self-promotion. Thinks he's so much better than everybody else.
Now you're Boston guy. I'm the Boston guy.
I don't have the
What, you
text line
better than me?
open because it needs a login, but man, if the text line, it gotta be
Something's
buffering.
wrong with it right now. It's not opening up the messages. They're coming in fast and furious. I don't know if this is your experience here. Miss Peaches is the queen.
Yeah,
Like
that's the top text I got from Sassy.
Okay, now it's starting to work again. Iggy just said Jeff Portnoy Gatesworth his ass. That's from Dave Hay.
Did I say Jeff? And Dave Portnoy. If I said Jeff, I apologize.
What an idiot Portnoy is for wanting to make money. That's from the Crystal City Clan.
Why did I say he's an idiot? I said God love him. I just don't like the self-importance where he trashes anybody who doesn't agree with him. He trashes people that are doing articles about him.
Oh, man. Kettle time.
I'd trade lives with him right now. I'd be a little bit nicer.
Sticky Ricky says, obviously the key to happiness is the fountain situation. When the fountain goes on, are you happy?
Well, it's my happy place. Some Saturdays, I'll just come up and make a cup of coffee and sit outside and sit by the fountain and relax.
Is that water a sound of peace, perhaps
Well, I
subconsciously?
think for a lot of people, it's just like living on an ocean or sitting by the beach. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of people happy, water.
I wish Dave Portnoy would stop promoting his business, increasing his revenue, and building a larger net worth. What a douche. That's from the 314.
I did love the quote from Iggy. He wants to market everything. And like in that business, that's how you.
I'm
that's how you
talking
have it.
about him as a person. I'm not talking about his business. I've already said he sold the company for what, $80 million and bought it back for $1. That's.
And now starting his own sports book again with a different.
Is he really?
I think so.
I think the other one faltered.
Well, but
he can't
They were
be-
owned by Penn, and then Penn
took-
Gaming.
Yeah.
They sold it back to.
Yeah, they
What in the hell is going
They're coming
on?
through the roof any minute, boys.
Are they building us like a skyline? Or skylights we can
great.
kind of like see?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, that'd be pretty sweet. Get that natural light.
Get natural light on your lawn from Green Envy. Oh, Bill, Green Envy. Doug and I are clients. The lawn is thick and dense. They've been in business in St. Louis for over a decade. Green Envy only uses products that are formulated for our Missouri and Illinois soil here in the Midwest. The weather conditions and the turf types, no national, generic, cheap, and effective products. With all the rain we got last week, and I think we're going to get some today. You get rain in?
It was sprinkling earlier, so it's going to be off and on today. I want to get out to family golf and
Fit your work in. You got to get after Mr. Licks.
Yeah, because I want to play a couple rounds next week.
Good to do it in the wind. Practice in the wind.
Yeah,
I don't mind short game in the wind. It's supposed to rain, though. I don't want to be out there and then it starts raining.
Now is the time to get ahead of it with Green Envy. And for our audience, here is the deal. If you're a Green Envy customer, there are no charges for service calls for weed touch-up or for reapplying weed control. It's Green Envy, 636-757-1600. 636-757-1600. Doug and I are clients. Lawns thick and lush as the day is long. And that is because of the work Green Envy does for us. Very happy to be a Green Envy customer. It's Green Envy, sponsor of TMA. We will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day in a matter of moments here on the radio program. Then Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway. What it's called is Balloon Party. And I would think they'll be happy, but I don't know for sure.
Tough to be upset about anything that happened. Cardinals.
Well,
gonna
there's
win.
not a lot. There's not a lot necessarily on the calendar. So you got the Blues wrapping up the season tomorrow. And Jeremy Rutherford, by the way, agreed with our assessment that Drew Bannister sounds like a guy who knows he's not going to be the head coach from that sound we played yesterday. But you got Sonny Gray dealing again. He hasn't given up an earned run, right?
11 innings, no earned runs.
How do you do?
He looks good.
Behind like
does, man.
110 pitches or something.
I mean, it's something else. And then also you got the Battlehawks getting ready for a Showdown with the Showboats. Think about that. Showdown with the Showboats, 11:30 Saturday.
Yeah, little matinee.
They get 40,000 on a Saturday morning at 11:30.
When the Cardinals are in town, too.
And they
Cardinals and Brewers, yeah.
And playing in the
Is
afternoon.
it a day game?
Mm-hmm, on Saturday,
Holy
1:15.
crap. I mean, that'll be...
Yeah, that's the
At that point, I might need a special QFTA deep dive on the whole thing.
No, like they come like pre-drunk too. Like I ain't just
Pre-drunk.
you
That's
come
what
there and it's an
tailgating, baby.
instant party. It's not like you have to ease into it. Like they're half of them have their shirts off, other half are like dressed up like Boy Scouts, and the other half like have like short like. It's seriously a vibe that it's hard to explain until you go there. The dome is terrible, but I think it's perfect for that atmosphere. Like the people there, I think it does work.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Oh, Jackson, all these filtered?
Yeah.
Busy day.
Busy day.
And the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Storm's coming. And I'm not talking about the storm of knowledge on HD2 radio known as Tim McKernan. Speaking of storms, they always remind me of the first time I saw another man's ass. 1978, Merrimack State Park. Me and my buddy Butchie went with our other buddy Ace's dad to check out the incomplete Merrimack Dam project. As we entered a neighboring cave, we were attacked by little brown bats. The very bats that had been deemed endangered and put a snafu on the late project. I ran up the hill for safety, but Butchie was kind of a dorky runner and fell in some leaves. I heard Ace's dad yell, "Don't move, Butchie, I'll save you." Well, save him he did. If saving a guy is impaling him with his sword, acting like Willie was William Wallace. To this day, I can't go see a Batman movie without picturing Butchie's face covered in oak leaves and acorns embedded in his forehead from forceful mud mashing. That's from a guy by the first name of Bo, and then his last name is Nur. And Young. Quote, I was thinking patio last night because I was sitting on my patio,
That's right.
unquote.
That's right.
Thanks, that's number one Asian intern. Brian Henshin, a.k.a. ASMR Fighter of Foo 23. You see me sitting here blocking the lights and offering a new Whisper promo. In anticipation of the Gas Pour Possums Putt-Putt concert or whatever terrible idea he pitched to no one in particular. Subscribe to the YouTube, donate to my favorite charity, aka my wallet, and email a tasteful nude to negril111@AOL.com, and I'll get you an early access pass to the club selection area. Trust me, you'll want this. There are only like 4 or 5 good clubs.
Oh, nice promo.
And Young, nobody asked for it. I was just giving an idea. You don't have to do it. I just have all these ideas. Wow, that's from number one Asian intern, Brian Henshin. I'm an idea guy. See, like that golf concert thing. Tim? Did you hear that idea I had for the putt-putt golf concert? Pretty good. No, you didn't. Well, what about that photo I took of number one Asian golfer, sung Jay Henshin off Me Television? Yeah, I seen the PGA posted a photo of Tiger Woods and accused them of poaching. Now I'm here, hat in hand, offering an apology to the Twitter account because it was clearly a totally different golfer. That's from Brian Henshin.
Yeah, we already knew that. I said that.
I recently received some bad news. It turns out the hometown bakery I've been visiting for over 20 years is actually just using Pillsbury pre-made icing, and I feel betrayed. I feel like my whole life's a lie. I confronted the baker about this information, and the fellow I was talking to said, I don't have any clue what you're talking about. I'm not a baker. I'm assistant manager at Verizon, and we literally just met in this quick trip restroom when you offered me $26 to perform oral on you. I immediately shouted, well, that explains the sticky Pillsbury icing all over your lips and chin. All the stranger said was, yeah, that's your seed you released mere moments ago. FYI, it tastes like you have diabetes. And that's the story of the time I accidentally had mouth sex with a stranger in a bakery bathroom. It's from the JV golf coach. Morning, guys. Tuned into TMA Time Filler because they don't understand what is meant by best of all day last night.
Time filler is probably more accurate.
While Gus cleaned his back fat rolls. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think national syndication might be knocking at your door after the half-dozen producers you got working there decided the retired air marshal's first call ever would lead off the 2023 new year. A call so bland, so unfunny, that it received 0 laughs, 0 remarks, and Doug suspended the caller for wasting everyone's time. Not to be upstaged, Iggy, for reasons unknown, said he had just remembered to remind himself to tell everyone he didn't know how his, quote, I banged 500 women story became a thing. And then he went on a 6-minute hijacking, talking only to himself about knowing exactly when it happened and where. In a truck stop remote.
What was that?
He's saying that you remembered the story of telling me that you banged 500 women at a truck stop remote.
Oh, when you and I were doing a remote, was it a truck stop?
I think it was somewhere
I think it was a trucking company.
Yeah. Luckily, Jackson interjected because James Carlton was in the studio. James needed a seat and headphones, which naturally meant the oldest bag of bones with the least amount of, quote, this job is not disposable, had to displace himself. Then he just kind of meandered around the studio, knocking into things as if he forgot the people who do stuff were still supposed to be entertaining the listeners. At one point in the middle of Jackson asking James a question, Iggy started knocking on Jackson's booth window to see if he could help him look for his notebook filled with the homework assignment Tim gives him, which consists of writing down timestamps and clipping off things, a task he doesn't realize has been automated since Jackson started working for the show. Then the segment concluded with the coalition of married husbands looking to third-wheel Iggy's date with our wives. It's a coalition asking if it's okay if his wife leaves the car running so his crayons don't melt while Iggy takes his wife golfing and out to dinner on her dime. The skeleton keeps getting better. That's Tilly Grundlehort. Gus is at the Sharkle House for water aerobics and craft day.
They got a pool?
Didn't know that.
A tank of some sort.
Oh, God. And finally, Sadie Hawkins, Plowboy. Sonny Gray delivered another outstanding start in Oakland in front of the Bang Bang Niner gang guy who attended the game with his son, each clad in Cardinal gear, and a few thousand of their closest friends who saw the Cardinals win 3-1 at the Oakland Coliseum. Caitlin Clark went number 1 overall in the WNBA draft, but I think the lead is that Iggy saw Princess Fierce Adbot's boobs on an OnlyFans leak. I know a lot about spending way too much time digging into the LinkedIn profile of someone who I believe to be a radio caller pretending to be a lawyer because some rando tipped me off with bad information and then made a complete ass of myself rambling on while presenting evidence, much of which was completely false, pivoting to Tower T, then name-dropping a couple of software developers named Sveta and Rokas, and it's great. How's Buck Swope? We're going to bring that back. How about that whole deal? I've got a few Swope's Picks future sods in development, from a Lisa Ann versus Iggy sod, wow, to a myriad of email of the day sods, including but not limited to Ellen Foley and Blueberry Pop Pop. I do have a YouTube channel, BuckSwope82, where you can find Swope's Picks Sode 43, Remembering Jennings, as well as a dozen or so TMA mashups. I'd be glad to work with the Plowboy to get a few more Swope's P's into the Skelly, but I'm happy with the TMA all-day content I hear when I tune in. Like this morning before the show, I heard the segment where Plowboy explained he gave opening day tickets that Tim gave him to the Plow girl and her friend who he chauffeured to the game, then just went home and drank milk.
I don't remember that.
I can't go to the game. I got to drink some milk.
Don't remember that.
That's outstanding.
It also featured Tim reading a text from Iggy about how Jimmy the Bull showed him a not-so-tasteful nude of himself. That's from Buck Swope.
Eh?
And that's what we have for the Designer Heating and Cooling email of the day here at the tail end of the Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour.
Oh, man, I really like the self-reflection, the self-awareness from Buck Swope, but I'm afraid that I guess it's Tilly Grundlehort had the best email today.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't know. It made me giggle. I'm going to go with either one of the Henshin.
Oh, my God. Wow, what a moment.
Yeah, they were kind of cute.
I'm going with the Grundlehorts again. Tilly and Gus Grundlehort have taken the lead for the month of April. A 1-goal lead over Shooter McGavin and the JV golf coach Buck Swope, Lefty Jack Smear, Kevin Miller, and Bobby Sue, all with wins so far here in the month of April. Jackson and I have a win coming up because we're about to do a balloon party from 10 to 11 on 101 ESPN. Thank you to Terry Krupin for coming in on the program, KG in O-Town for filling in while Doug was vacationing in the Hamptons. Doug is back tomorrow, so Jackson, you get relegated back to the Horton Watkins Studios.
Nothing wrong with that.
And we will have the full roster of the program, I believe, correct? Yeah, tomorrow. So there it is. All right, time for us to shut it down. For the Plowhawk, for KG in O-Town, for Kenneth Diggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Jackson Burkett, sitting in for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, and Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Krupin.
Want to take on some legends?